The EPAC is just a very competitive area to play, and it showed down at Myrtle Beach what kind of talent we have up here in the Eastern Panhandle. As all the teams played very competitively down there, and nobody really wanted to draw an EPAC team, to play down there because they knew they was going to be facing some good competition.
And we talked about, you mentioned the pitching for Hedgesville going with Lane DeLauder tonight. More on that when we hear from Coach Grove, as, of course, they have the sectional matchup with Musselman on Friday. We had kind of speculated on the Sports Mix they would pitch DeLauder on Friday, but pitching him tonight against Riley Morgan for Jefferson, a left-hander that certainly provides a big challenge for this Hedgesville lineup.
Yeah, two really good pitchers tonight. I mean, you look at Hedgesville with Tanner Matthews there still, and Jackson Rue West. I mean, I think you could kind of put them in a bag and pull one out. I mean, they're different styles, but they all three are very competitive, and maybe Coach Grove has seen something out of those two that he feels like gives him a better shot against Musselman, or maybe he's just going strictly by just his your turn to pitch. Rotation. Not sure, but like you said, well, I can't wait to hear myself see what he said there in the interview to kind of see exactly what he's got in mind.
Well, you hear that on the other side of this break. This is the countdown to first pitch, brought to you by the Skinner Law Firm, Injury and Consumer Rights Lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to SkinnerFirm.com. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar & Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
You back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. We'll now hear from both teams' head coaches. We'll start with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. We'll hear from Coach Lowry and then Coach Eric Grove. Here with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, John Lowry, Sr. Coach, 1,400 wins. Congratulations on that. You're able to achieve that down in Myrtle Beach. When you think about that number, what kind of, what does that mean to you?
Well, thank you very much. Well, it just means I've been around a long time, but it also means that I've had a lot of really good players, and I've had a lot of people that are interested in the program and have worked hard to help us have the success that we've had. We've had a lot of support along the way. At all levels, and just a lot of interest. That's not an individual award. That's a cumulative award of all the people through the years that have spent the time and effort in helping our program have a chance to be successful.
Your team had a good tournament down there in Myrtle Beach. What were some things that you liked from the guys? It seems like the bats are really starting to put it together to go along with the pitching that's pretty much been there for you all year.
Well, we played a couple of teams that are really, really good down there. We took advantage of some opportunities that were presented to us, mistakes that other team. That's the name of the game, is when another team gives you an opportunity, and maybe it gives you an extra out or an extra 2 outs in an inning, that you can take advantage of it. Our hitting's still a work in progress. We're getting better, but I think we need to get better yet. Hopefully our defense and our pitching can stay constant. They've kept us in just about every game we've played, with the exception maybe of one. Really proud of their effort, and I thought it was a good week. We got 4 games in, and not only from the baseball perspective, but from the perspective of the kids getting to spend time together and the families that were away, and just enjoyable memory for those guys to have as their life goes on.
And the grind continues. You get a win last night over Berkeley Springs, bounce back here today against Hedgesville, a talented team that beat you guys in extra innings in a really good game earlier this season, 3-2. What are some things that kind of stand out to you about Hedgesville this year, and what will be some keys for you guys to get a win this time around?
Well, we got to score some runs, but you're right. Hedgesville is outstanding. I mean, I don't think they lost a game at the beach. Well, I know they didn't lose a game at the beach, and they're really playing well now. And they got talented players. You can look at their JV team and see what their JV team did to our JV team, and you can see what they have on the horizon. So, we're going to have to play well tonight. We're going to have to score some runs, and we're going to have to understand the value of each pitch, and be willing to, concentrate throughout the game, and through the highs and lows of the game, so to speak. When if something happens that's adverse, fight through it and think ahead, and just play hard and see what happens. That's all you can do. Give it your best effort, play hard, and take care of the things that you can take care of, and stay within the process, and let the results take care of themselves.
You guys are going to start Riley Morgan today on the mound. Riley last year was really just a relief pitcher for you for the most part, but he's developed into a good starter for you. What are you looking to get out of him today? Well,
Riley's a left-hander, and he can throw. He throws well. He had a nice sophomore year for us. I think he pitched in 24 innings, had 45 strikeouts or something. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but the key to him is keeping the ball across the plate. Not walking guys. When he does that, he's successful, and he's only a junior. He's got a great upside. If he continues to work and get better, and we're just looking for him to continue to get better, and that's the key. And hopefully we can support him with some runs, and we've got a beautiful night to play here. So hopefully it's going to be another, really good high school baseball game, which is what symbolizes the baseball that played in our area, all the schools. Eastern Panhandle baseball is really good high school baseball.
All right, thanks. Thank you, Coach, and good luck today.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Here with the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Eric Grove. Coach, team comes in after a really good trip at the beach, won all 3 games down there. What'd you like about that trip, not only from getting some good games in, but also it's always good to get the kids away from the area and get to spend some quality time together?
I mean, it was a really good bonding experience for our kids. We got to, because we played early in the day, we got to do some things in the evenings with them, and I think it was good for our culture, because they were always hanging out together, and winning helps. But I was really happy with our mindset and playing early in the day and playing in a new place, not up here. And I know we played a couple teams that didn't project real well against us, but we held our composure and played well, and then got a really nice win the last day before we unfortunately got rained out. But been a few days off, so I think all that's forgotten. We come back up here. We had a decent day of practice yesterday, and if you can't get up for Jefferson tonight, then we can't help you.
Throwing Lane DeLauder on the mound, and Lane's been kind of your Friday night guy, and you guys have Musselman on Friday. Any reason why you're going with Lane tonight? I mean, it's still an EPAC game, but that's a sectional game, so I was just wondering if there was any reason.
Well, it's just 6 days off, and try not to have somebody face them twice, and I know he didn't, but it wasn't really any particular reason. I just we got really 4 or 5 we're pretty comfortable with, but 3 that are our 1, 2, and 3. and just kind of worked out that way for them, like trying to mix and match where Jackson fits, where Tanner fits with these guys. And he's probably used to throwing more 7-inning games in close proximity than the other two. Jackson Tanner's arms have hurt him a little bit, and so we've nudged them along, but we're going to need a big stretch run out of those guys.
Tonight against Jefferson, as you said, big game, like always, one of the best programs, really the best program in this area and in the state and when it comes to AAA. And they seem to be getting better. You know, they're playing good baseball as of late. They're a pretty young team. What have you seen out of them so far this year? You guys were able to get a 3-2 win at their place earlier.
That really kick-started us the first time, and anytime you win against them, they're the premier program in the state. I don't care what anybody says. You've had that many state championships. You're always competitive. And, you know, they don't lose many games by more than a couple runs when they lose. That's just a sign of a team that'll play anybody and, you know, plays hard day in and day out with a lot of different lineups, too. So we know that they're going to be a challenge tonight. They're getting better because that's what good programs do. And I don't think the performance we played the first time, especially offensively, will be good enough to win tonight. So I'm hoping that we hit the ball better, especially with runners in scoring position, maximize their opportunities. And I always say the Jefferson way works, so if it's got to be if Hedgesville adopts a little bit of that, I'll take it.
Riley Morgan going for them, a left-hander. What do you kind of know about him? Kind of a young guy as well, junior. What kind of challenges does he provide?
He's left-handed. Anytime you have a lefty that throws like that, I mean, that usually makes high school age kids struggle for whatever reason. We faced him the first time. We faced him as a sophomore, and he completely shut us down. We faced him earlier this year, and we had, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 hits off of him, but he definitely, when he commands a zone, he's tough, so we can't go up there looking to take walks because we're probably not going to get him.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Both teams' head coaches, as we will take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get into the EPAC baseball roundup and continue to break down this matchup. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex as we now get back into our EPAC Baseball Roundup, brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing LLC, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452.
Yeah, we had one game earlier today as Spring Mills fell to Kaiser. It was a 10-run rule game through 5 innings as Kaiser were able to score 7 in the bottom of the 5th inning to walk things off and win 11-1. Musselman currently has an 8-0 lead over Berkeley Springs. And that's the last 2 innings in the 4th and the 5th as Musselman's been able to score 7 total runs between those 2 innings. McClintock on the mound, 5 strikeouts in 4 innings, allowing just 1 hit and a walk. And then the only other EPAC on EPAC matchup tonight is Martinsburg at Washington. That's getting going in the next couple of moments.
Thank you, Spencer. We'll now get into our starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the visitors, the Jefferson Cougars, leading off and playing center field, number 9, Cole Lewis. Batting second, the shortstop, number 4, Ryan Hefner. Batting third, the third baseman, number 18, J.J. Pavanelli. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 6, Caleb Fletcher. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 27, Riley Morgan. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 19, Kelly. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 42, Daquan Shipe. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 3, Ty Duncan. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, Josh Cienfuegos. For the Hedgesville Eagles, leading off and playing shortstop, the senior, number 12, Braylon Connor. Batting second, the third baseman, number 17, Noah Brown. Batting third, the left fielder, number 7, Jackson Ruest. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 26, Peterson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 24, Quinn. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 16, Lane DeLauder. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 27, Mike Nichols. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 6, Pence. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 1, Gage Gano. We will take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will have first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
30 people stand on that line.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. So we'll get into our weather, brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty of every new vehicle that we sell at no additional cost to you. 62 degrees and sunny here as we get set for first pitch.
A little breezy.
A little bit breezy. We'll drop down to the 50s, 40s here tonight, but as of right now, a pretty nice day for baseball. As first pitch brought to you by CMA Chevy of Martinsburg. Make your way to CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service every step of the way. Chevy, find new roads. And Trip Lane DeLauder takes the mound here for the Hedgesville Eagles. And last time we saw him was down at Enora High School, and he pitched well despite not really having his best stuff. We could tell he was a little bit off in that game, but I mean, you look at the final numbers and you wouldn't know it.
No, he overcame, and that's what good pitchers do on days when they don't have total command. And he overcame that and was able to shut that Princeton team out, wait for that Hedgesville offense to come alive. And I thought he just did a really good job there. Like you heard Coach Grove talk about it a little bit in the post game about kind of losing his head there a little bit. But sometimes you forget about his age. He's a junior, and he's just a high school young man who's just wants to plays passionately, and he has to harness that if he wants to be out there on that mound, at the next level. And he certainly projects, and certainly he'll get that figured out as his as he progresses through and continues to work on that mound presence, as well as that command and that velocity that he has and that sheer size on the mound.
And he'll be working with you, and is pitcher coach Sam Walls coming back?
Yes, Sam Walls will be back. Ryan Childs will be there with us. A couple of pitchers that pitched at very high, Clemson and North Carolina State, so he'll be in pretty good hands over the summer with those guys, and I'm sure that I've talked to both of them. They just can't wait to, kind of get started and, with some of these young men here in the EPAC, but got a lot of business to take care of before then.
So Hedgesville will wear their home white uniforms with the blue Hedgesville baseball logo and the blue numbers on the back of the jerseys with the blue hat and white blue in the front of the hat and the white in the back, as the first pitch is low for ball one.
I believe they're like trucker hats.
Snapback, huh?
Yeah, they kind of look like trucker hats to me.
I like them.
And then for Jefferson, it's the maroon uniforms with the gold letters, gold numbers, gray pants with the maroon stripe down the side. As next pitch misses inside for ball two to Lewis, the center fielder.
First pitch came in at 7:05.
And the 2-0 from DeLauder in there for a called strike number one.
Great frame there by Pedersen.
The Hedgesville defense, it's Pedersen behind the plate, Brown down there at third, Braylon Connor at shortstop, Chris French at second base. This one fouled down the first base line. Mike Nichols over there in first, and then from left to right in the outfield, Jackson Reyes, Gage Gano, and Landon Pence. So 2-ball, 2-strike count here on Lewis. The right-handed hitter for the Jefferson Cougars. And on the 2-2 pitch, taken for a pitch that just missed for ball three.
Good look there. Good pitch. Come in there with a high fastball, and Cole Lewis with a good eye there. Home plate umpire Jeff King, bit right down on top of that.
That one misses for ball four, so Lewis will take his base on the 3-2 walk.
Still was a good job on both. Lane certainly didn't want to walk that first batter, but he was just missing there. He's not trying to throw the ball right down the middle of the plate and get, hit into a gap. But, looks like he's got some command here, some control with his fastball, got some velocity. So, see what happens there as a throw over there. Got Cole Lewis and had him head first sliding back in.
I'll bring Ryan Hefner to the plate. Hefner pitched last night to help Jefferson get the win over Berkeley Springs. The pitch here, a called strike on the outside corner. One of the returners from last year did a lot of the catching, but has played more shortstop this year.
Yeah, he's an athlete. If you can play those positions, it's pretty darn good to be able to do both.
There's a pitch that misses inside for a ball, 1 strike.
Oh, close.
Throw over close there at first.
Yeah, the pickoff play there was close. He didn't really come to your traditional set. He just kind of got up on the mound, stepped back, and third caught Lewis kind of maybe half stepping the other way, but either way, got back in.
Lewis takes his lead off first. DeLauder looks into his catcher, Pedersen, and delivers the next pitch. And it misses outside for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike to Ryan Hefner, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, hitting with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. J.J. Pavanelli standing in the on-deck circle for the Cougars. DeLauder on the 2-1. Misses low for ball 3.
Guy with the hardest position on the field right now is Gage Gano. He's out there dead in that sunlight trying to hold his hat up there to keep that sun out of his eyes as he looks in at the pitch, and he is right looking into that sunset.
Could be trouble for Pence if he's got to go back on a ball and right.
The 3-1 pitch misses outside for ball 4, so it's back-to-back walks to begin the ball game for Lane DeLauder. And
Lane just motioned for the coach to come out.
Yeah.
He looks like he's, he threw the ball well. He's just missing. I think we'll talk to him a little bit about.
I think that shows maturity on the mound. You're not having your great stuff, and you call out your pitching coach to come out right there after you walk 2 guys.
Well, that, and he wants to talk to him. I think Snyder was kind of on the fence there, looking over, but. Couple of things with the man on second. Now you want to make sure you get your signal straight. You want to make sure you're not giving away anything, because Jefferson will certainly give it back to the batter from out there at second. So you want to make sure he's not giving the first signal or what have you. Also probably relaying to Snyder, who seems to be calling the pitches, what he's comfortable with, what he's feeling good about. Maybe asking if he could shake, something to that effect. But looked like it was a good communication. It was a good mound visit. So hopefully they can adjust here and see what happens.
Pavanelli takes the first pitch for a called strike, and that's one of those spots trip that we talk about all the time. If Lane's going to hit that, it's going to be pretty tough to hit him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to hit. Pavanelli's had a great year. Young man worked his way up to the top of this lineup. A platoon guy last year, but really a big asset to Jefferson this year.
The 0-1 bounces. Pedersen gets to it, though, quickly, and a great job by the catcher to keep that ball in front and keep those runners at first and second.
Yeah, he caught of course, Lewis was looking on the dirt ball to move up. Caught out there a little bit, but between the batter and the big, tall Lane out there and the umpire, he couldn't quite see to throw over back behind the runner.
The 1-1 pitch, lined right up the middle into center field. Gage Gano gets to it. Runner rounding third and coming home to score. And it is 1-0 Jefferson as Lewis scores easily. The throw to third, not in time. And it is 1-0 Jefferson on the RBI single from J.J. Pavanelli.
He went right back by Lane's glove side, and Gano come in, took it on the run, threw to the right side of Mike Nichols. Didn't really have a chance to turn and throw home, but did have a good turn through to third. And Hefner didn't slide. Made that play a lot closer than I thought when he threw the ball there. But now we've got runners split, and you got a first and third play on here, nobody out, and got Lane DeLauder in this Jambo Jam, and Jefferson looking to take advantage of it.
Fletcher now at the plate with the runners on the corners.
It's got to be one of Lane's first earned runs of the season.
Doesn't have too many.
Tough spot there. I think that pitch was a little bit. The pitch was just a little in. I think it fooled Pedersen a little bit as he kind of carried it out the zone to pinch, but didn't quite get the fold that he wanted there.
Next pitch, called strike 1. 1 ball and a strike here on Caleb Fletcher, the transfer in for Jefferson that has been a huge acquisition to this team, hitting in the 4 spot, catching most games and pitching when he's not catching. A great move from DeLauder, but Nichols catches it, and the slide back at first is in time.
He had about got away from Nichols. He had to come chase it down up the first base line towards home as he went with a 3-1 pick play. And Pavanelli was momentarily caught just an instant, but I think he was going to get back. But certainly was trying to catch and see if he was going to run on that play.
Hefner on third, Pavanelli on first, and the throw on the pitch is inside for a ball.
I think at the moment Coach Lowry's just happy to let the runner stay at first and third and to see if DeLauder can get Caleb Fletcher out and not give up any outs.
The next pitch, this is outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Fletcher. With 2 men on, nobody out, first inning. Already a 1-0 lead for the Jefferson Cougars with runners on the corners.
Fletcher can set 3-1 now. He's in an ad count. 31 is a wonderful hitting count because the pitcher needs to come with his best pitch and cut the middle of that plate as much as possible. And Fletcher can pin his ears back and swing them.
That one hit right up back in the middle off the glove of DeLauder and into center field. Hefner scores from third. Fletcher has an RBI single. Throw in gets away from the shortstop, Connor, and that allows Caleb Fletcher to take second base. So it's runners on second and third. 2-0 Jefferson on the RBI single from Caleb Fletcher.
Ball took DeLauder's glove off, so they're going to come out and check on him as it caught him in the finger, and he wasn't able to squeeze it, as it looked like it kind of got him in the finger a little bit. But so Coach Grove's going to take a look here. As that play went back up the middle, made it in the Gano's glove once again. Instead of coming home with the play, he opted to go for the runner at third. It short hopped the cutoff man, Braylon Connor, and he kind of skipped away, and that allowed Fletcher to move up. So we got men on second and third. And DeLauder has got a base hit, a walk, and 2 base hits right at the moment. So, talking about Jefferson's offense, they've been really good at the plate. The first 2 guys got on, set the table for the RBI guys, and they came through. So, moving into the 5 spot here with Riley Morgan.
This pitch from DeLauder hits the zone for strike 1. It'll be interesting to see how Lane responds here, because not only has he been hit twice in a row, but both pitches that he's been hit on are right back up the middle.
Yeah, they're going
by him.
Going by his ear.
The 0-1 pitch hit hard on the ground, but foul down the first base line.
They're chuck and duck pitches. That's the ones that Charlie Brown throws. He hits and it knocks his hat back off. But, I am interested to see how, myself want to see how he responds. It looks like he's still, holding his own out there. He's got some grit and persistence and threw an off-speed pitch there. I was finally see some of his other pitches, but yeah, he'll settle in. We've seen, out here at Hedgesville some wild first innings, with the Musselman Hedgesville game. What was it, like a 4-2 game after that, as Musselman jumped out to a big lead, and Hedgesville responded, and both pitchers settled in. So let's see if Lane can settle in and keep this damage to a minimum, give his offense a chance to catch up.
The 0-2 from DeLauder is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men on for the Cougars. Nobody out here in the first inning between Jefferson and Hedgesville. It's 2-0 Cougars on top with Riley Morgan, the pitcher at the plate, has a 1-2 count. The next pitch to Morgan bounces, gets away from Pedersen, but with that backstop here at Hedgesville kind of bounces off that wall, and Jefferson not wanting to force one there, I think that helped as well to prevent the Cougars from scoring another run.
Yeah, it just kicked away, kicked right back. Pedersen did a good job of trying to swallow it up, got underneath his leg there and caught that wall come back, and Jefferson not wanting to make that first out at home, and just continue to see how this inning plays out.
2-2 froze him for strike number 3. Morgan goes down on the strikeout looking. I'll bring Kelly to the plate now with 1 down in the inning. Still 2 runners in scoring position, though, for the Cougars.
Talk about Fletcher's, ability to pitch and catch. I mean, he's out there now. Jefferson's running a straight 9 right now, no DH, and we're not seeing a courtesy runner for the catcher. So, he's certainly has behind the plate, has speed and has power, and nice job swinging the bat there earlier.
This one hit on the ground by Kelly to the second baseman French. It eats him up. That allows the runner Pavanelli to score from third. And Jefferson extends the lead out to 3-0. Runners are safe at both first and third. And that would bring Daquan Shipe to the plate after the error.
Yeah, the ball was hit pretty well. I mean, it was on the ground, and, ground here is a little hard. And, it got up into French's belly there and did a nice job staying in front of it. Just unfortunately didn't quite get the hop he was after. So it just got away from him there, and then got men on first and third now.
DeLauder again looking for that pickoff move where he fakes it to third and then goes back to first, but that time just held on to it. Keep the runners close at the corners. Just 1 out still, and a pitch inside to Shipe gets away from Pedersen. That could have probably scored Fletcher from third, but again, they don't want to necessarily get that second out at home, especially.
It's a tough ballpark to score on a ball, right? It's tight back here, and then they get a good jump off of it. Of course, the velocity that DeLauder's throwing, it gives a good kickback.
Yeah, it does.
And Shipe didn't like that one whizzing by his ear hole, that's for sure. It was a little nerve-wracking even from up here.
1-0 count. The runner does advance, and Kelly from first to second. That's a pitch that hits the zone for strike one. 1 ball and a strike. 3-0 Jefferson here with just 1 out in the first inning. And runners on second and third.
It's not Jackie Robinson Day, but number 42 is batting right now. He wears it. That's been his number since I can remember him here in the varsity level. So Shipe wears the number 42. And stepping in there, that really wasn't fair for DeLauder to throw one by his ear, then throw one on the outside corner.
1-1 hit on the ground, takes a tough bounce. Connor, though, gets to it and throws the first in time for out number 2, but Shipe does drive in the run as Fletcher comes around to score, and it is 4-0. Jefferson on top of Hedgesville here in the first inning.
Yeah, we're seeing Jefferson do what they do. You know, that's what they call an easy RBI situation. Infield was back. You know, you can get the ball in the air and then get a sac fly. You can get the ball on the ground to one of the middle infielders and get a ground out RBI, and Shipe did just that.
That one runs in and hits Duncan, so it'll be runners on first and second for the Cougars as Kelly did stay put over there at second base. 2 outs in the inning, but now to the number 9 hitter, Justin Fuegos.
4 runs on the board and 2 base hits, and you got 4 free bases this inning. From you got hit by pitch, 2 walks. You got you have a very tough E4 out there, and that's and then a couple of singles. And Jefferson, they're just running the bases, doing the things they need to do, letting Lane, put them on base, and letting Hedgesville give them a few free bases, and then they're going to be tough to beat if they continue to score and get the free bases that they're getting.
This one fouled away by Cienfuegos. So he's battling here.
Chance for DeLauder to end it here at 0-2.
When you talked with Coach Grove earlier, he said that DeLauder's a guy that can go 7 innings for me. It's going to be tough for him to do that tonight, unfortunately, with the first inning.
Well, he could rebound. We've seen it with the Musselman Hedgesville game where we had the 4-2 inning, and the balls were flying around. Next thing you know, they just started seeing all these zeros across the board. So these guys are resilient, and if he can come get this out and come back in and get a good inning, he could go on a run there of a few scoreless innings, give his defense or offense a chance, but. A little different with Jefferson.
0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. DeLauder does pick up 2 strikeouts in the inning. That will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is 4-0 Jefferson. Cougars on top, Eagles coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. 4-0 Jefferson on top of Hedgesville as we head to the bottom of the first inning. A great start trip for the Cougars, partially due to their hitting and also partially just due to some good patience and taking advantage of what Hedgesville gave them. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and an error in the inning. Just 2 hits to drive in those runs, but overall, really good start for Jefferson, and they'll take it anyway, especially going up against Lane DeLauder. And you now have a comfortable lead here for Riley Morgan, but we know this Hedgesville team is just hit the baseball all season long.
Yeah, Hedgesville's not out of it by any means. But back to Jefferson's first inning, I mean, they did a great job of taking advantage of the, like you say, the miscues from from Hedgesville. Jefferson did a great job, getting some timely hitting and not running herself out of the inning. And had a couple of times when the ball hit the backstop and they could have took off and maybe shortened that inning. But they were very patient at the plate, patient on the bases, and got a few free bases and took advantage. So that offensive approach the first inning, 4 free bases and 2 singles, is certainly lucky to only have 4 runs on the board. But, again, looking at this Hedgesville team, they've been very good at the plate, and they're certainly not out of it. And I expect to see this game, tighten up as we move through the innings.
Speaking of very good at the plate, Braylon Connor will come to the plate to lead things off, and he takes a big cut at that first pitch for strike 1.
There was a stint down there, I think. Took him about almost
first 5 at-bats at Myrtle Beach before he got out.
Yeah, he was right. He was certainly on fire there, 4 for 4, then 1 for 1. And I think he ended up 3 for 4 in that game, didn't he?
So he did. So.
He ended up, after 2 games, basically like 8 for 9.
Speaking of another guy, once this pitch goes by.
The 0-2 is fouled away by Connor.
Another guy that once wore the Hedgesville uniform, currently at University of Charleston, Kyle West. He had a week last week.
Man.
Against Davison Elkins, he went 9 for 15, had 4 homers.
The 0-2 doubles. Misses inside for ball 1.
6 walks, 4 stolen bases, and a 2.134 on-base plus slugging percentage.
He's a beast. I mean, he's certainly, just a phenomenal baseball player, phenomenal hitter.
The 1-2 pitch fouled away by Connor again.
Seeing Morgan come with the fastball and the left-handed curveball. He's going to be commanding both pitches pretty well. He's spotting up that fastball and curveball, kind of backdooring it to the right-hander.
The 1-2 again, and again it's fouled away by Braylon Connor. And when talking with Coach Grove, he said the last 2 times they faced Morgan, he's really dominated against Hedgesville, and their offense hasn't had a ton of success against him. We'll see if that changes here tonight. The 1-2 pitch, Connor lifts it over toward third base. Pavanelli makes the catch in shallow left field for out number 1.
Got on top of that curveball, got up underneath of it, sent it towards the third base side. Got a lot of air under it as that was kind of a 12-6 curveball from Mr. Morgan out there, and he dropped it in and kind of dropped his back shoulder and straight up in the air it went. So good pitching there by Morgan to get through that first batter, who's been as good as any in the EPAC this year.
Noah Brown comes to the plate, and he'll take a healthy cut at that first pitch for strike 1.
He wanted to have at least a double with that swing.
Noah Brown playing third base tonight. Seen Canarium.
This one hit hard on the ground toward first. Good play by Kelly off that tough bounce, and he touches the bag for out number 2.
Seen Trenton Canarium pitch in that JV game a bit, and then Hedgesville dominated that JV game, and so maybe he's getting the night off there a little bit at third, or maybe doing a little double duty here tonight against Jefferson.
Jackson Ruess will come to the plate, and the thing is, too, Tripp, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Hedgesville can change up the lineup so much because they have so many different guys that have been productive when they've gotten the opportunity to play, so you want to get all those guys opportunities.
Yeah, certainly have. I mean, they can change some pieces of the puzzle. It's like talking to Coach Grove before the game. It's just like, those pieces of the puzzle have to hit, though, And
the 1-0 is fouled away by Ruess for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike to the left-handed hitting left fielder, Jackson Ruess.
Talking to Jackson before the game, about his plans and some of the offers he's had, and he's got some exciting things going on. It's nice to have choices, and right now he's kind of getting ready to make some big boy choices here for his next step in his career after his high school season.
The 2-1 pitch to Ruess, a swing and a miss for strike 2. Riley Morgan starting to deal on the mound for the Jefferson Cougars. He's worked the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes here in this first inning. Got a fly out and a ground out so far. This pitch misses outside for ball 3. Full count on Jackson Ruess, the left fielder. And this lefty versus lefty matchup, the 3-2 pitch misses outside for ball 4. And it's a 1-out walk to extend this inning.
Good job by Jackson there to make sure this wasn't a quick inning. That's what you need. After 2 outs, you don't want to go 1, 2, 3. Certainly Connors had a longer at bat than Brown did, but that's a nice job there of Ruiz by extending his inning and not giving the bats right back to Jefferson and letting Lane DeLauro have a little break.
Pitch to Pedersen, another swing and a miss on the first pitch they see from the Cougar batters.
Seen Pedersen
or from the Eagle batters.
Hit a home run down at Myrtle Beach. He's got that kind of power. He's up here in this 4-hole, young sophomore.
The next pitch to him, one that misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on the catcher.
Is he a guy that's going to be with you this summer?
He's going to be on the 17U team, yep. Mm-hmm.
1-1 pitch. Chopper hit over the head of the first baseman, Kelly, and into right field. Rest wants to try to get to third, and he is in there standing up. It's runners on the corners for Hedgesville with 2 down, and all of a sudden the Eagles have a little bit of momentum with Quinn late.
Might get a runner. After that, for the catchers, keeping it looks like it might be Tanner.
Yep, Tanner Matthew.
Courtesy runners, courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, the premier Legion team in the area, now featuring 2 teams.
Yeah, we're going to
18U, 17U, and 19U.
The 17U group, and
the 17U is going to have some tough competition this year, right?
They're going to be challenged. They're going to get better. You're going to see a lot of those kids come back next year and be productive on their varsity teams.
There's a ground ball hit towards second. Cienfuegos fields it cleanly and throws to Kelly at first for out number 3. So the Eagles threaten after 2 outs but can't complete the 2-out rally. It's still 4-0 Jefferson. We head to the second. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rock's, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville. 4-0 Jefferson on top of Hedgesville as we head to the top of the second. Cougars coming back to the plate, and we'll see now, Tripp. How does Lane DeLauro respond? He faced all 9 batters in that first inning. Only gave up 2 hits, so not all those runs earned there in the first, but had his struggles as well. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. So free bases is never a good thing, and DeLauro, though, did seem to get it going a little bit more after like the 3rd or 4th batter that he faced.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to eliminate the walks and the hit by pitches. He knows that. He went over there. The errors are going to happen behind you. It just happens, and you have to deal with that. But, you can limit the walks. You're not going to limit high school baseball teams from not having, a few errors here and there on the hard hit ground balls. But he needs to, he knows himself. He needs to limit those walks. Those walks are earned runs. When they get on the base, they're his responsibility. So, second time through here, he needs to get his fastball spotted up and then be able to come back with his off-speed pitches and be able to locate, throw all 3 pitches for strikes. If that happens, he settles in, he'll settle this offense down and give his team a chance to get back in it.
Lewis takes the first one for a called strike. He walked his first time up.
It looks like that game down there in Washington didn't get started till 7:30.
Yeah. Nothing on the one out at the top of the first, looks like.
Wonder why.
1-1 count here on Lewis.
They got that 5 o'clock, was that 6 o'clock limited JV during the week.
Maybe they decided not to use it.
That's
Flex
sure,
those new lights a little bit earlier than they have to. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
If you were my wife, I'd give let me see here, like I had ESP, but I only got ESPN.
The 1-2 strike count on Lewis is hit towards second. French scoops it up, fires to Nichols, 1 down.
And that's what he needs to do. He's certainly got to just let them hit the baseball, let his defense play, have some faith in that defense, try not to strike everybody out, not be too, not try to pinpoint everything and just be too perfect. I think in the first couple of batters he walked he walked Lewis and he walked Hefner on pitches that just missed. So, maybe Coach Snyder over there, the pitching coach, said, hey, don't try to be too perfect. Let's try to get these guys to swing the bat and hit and limit the free bases.
This one a bouncer off the glove of Patterson for ball 1 to Hefner. Ryan sits in after, as you mentioned, Tripp, a walk in the first inning. Of course, he came around to score as well. The 1-0 to Hefner, misses low for ball 2. Pretty similar pitches there to start Ryan Hefner.
Yeah, both of them pretty much setting up on the outside. He just kind of dumped them a little bit there low. But, Hedgesville's, nobody's in the pen. They're going to let Lane work out of this and grow and mature and see if he can keep his team in it.
2-0 misses outside for ball 3. Really trying to paint that outside corner, but so far hasn't found it. A 3-0 count here on Ryan Hefner, who's looking for his second walk of the evening. The 3-0 pitch misses low for ball 4.
That's what Jefferson will do to you. I mean, they'll force you to, you can't throw the ball right down the middle, so they forces you to, paint corners, just miss, things like that. So they're a tough team to pitch against. There's teams that certainly that, as Coach Grove said, don't quite project well against them, but this team here is going to certainly push their buttons, and he's going to have to be, spot on at times. But right now, a 4-0 deficit, needs to limit these innings and let Jefferson kind of hit and get themselves out.
There's a pitch that misses inside the J.J. Pavanelli. He had that RBI single his first time up to get the scoring started for the Jefferson Cougars on a pitch that he just sent right back up the middle, past Lane DeLauder into center field. Pickoff attempt move, throw over to first, not in time.
Score update from the other conference game going on tonight. 1-0 Martinsburg as Carson Buber doubled in Braden Oviedo.
This one misses inside for ball, 2-0 count. Who's pitching in that one for both teams? Do you know?
It's Dunbar for Washington, but I can't get you Martinsburg yet. It's not coming up on the game changer.
2-0 count here on J.J. Pavanelli.
I would venture to guess maybe Lucas.
Well, it looks like, Buber's got a runner on right now for him, so it could be Buber.
Could be.
Courtesy run for
That's
Buber.
what I was thinking since.
Yeah, Buber.
Buber threw against, what was it, Georgetown?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. 2 balls, 1 strike count here on J.J. Pavanelli with a runner on first base and a 4-0 lead for Jefferson here in the second inning. Lane DeLauder delivers with 1 down. Runner takes off towards second. The throw down is high. Good job by Connor to back up there and keep it from going into center field. But taking second base easily is Ryan Hefner.
They make that 2-0 as it appears Wilt scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0.
So runner on second base and a 3-1 count here on J.J. Pavanelli. And the next pitch to Pavanelli misses high for ball 4. That is the, 4th walk already for Lane DeLauder here in the first 2 innings. Not his usual stuff. And this time he's not getting out of it like he did against Princeton. As Caleb Fletcher will come to the plate.
Yeah, Fletcher's the one that kind of knocked his glove off last time. We have to be a little careful with this young man. He's got good bat speed, good hands. One of the top hitters on this team.
He sends this one to center field. Good contact, but Gage Gano looks to be there, and he is to make the catch. Round number 2. Throwing to the cutoff man Connor, and advancing from second to third is Hefner. But runners on the corners with 2 down. But Fletcher is retired, and that will bring Riley Morgan to the plate.
Yeah, nice play there. Certainly, Gano, you get the ball in the air in the outfield. If you're Lane DeLauder, you want the ball up in the air, up around Gano is one of the top outfielders, certainly, in the area, if not state, and he can track a baseball down. So if I'm pitching and the ball gets up in the air out in center field, then I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of, that guy being out.
Riley Morgan struck out looking his first time up. The pitch here to Morgan, hit into right field. That will get down and score the run from third. Jefferson extends their lead to 5-0. The throw into third is cut off and not in time. So runners on first and third. An RBI single for Riley Morgan. It's 5-0 Jefferson in just the second inning.
Yeah, they're doing it here with 2 outs, so great 2-out base knock.
Yeah.
Just going to point out that Morgan pitches from the left, but he hits from the right.
Yeah, he's a lefty-righty. Going to get a runner, I believe, aren't we? Or are we?
Yeah, number 11.
Mm-hmm.
So Morgan with the RBI single. Courtesy runner comes on for Jefferson.
Kind of see who that is on the roster. As Jefferson's up 5-0.
That is Hunter Bush.
Hunter Bush, there you go. Oh. Cut that 1-3-1, a 3-1 pick move. He turned it loose again.
Yeah, and, you see this guy come in and Hunter Bush, he's one of 23, 24 players on this varsity roster for the Cougars.
Kelly reached on an error his first time. Time called by the home plate umpires. Kelly steps out of the box and resets. With Pavanelli on third, and now Bush on first after the RBI single from the pitcher Riley Morgan. 5-0 Cougars. The next pitch from DeWater, called strike on the inside corner, 0-1 count.
Yeah, nice pitch there. If he can live there, you can get settled in. Jefferson just doing a great job of taking what Hedgesville's given him. That last base hit there by Morgan was just an outside fastball. He drove to the right side. He went with the pitch, so just did a real nice job there and got himself an RBI.
Next pitch bounces off the glove of Patterson. That will allow Bush to take second base, so it's 2 runners in scoring position. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Looks to be some activity out there in the Hedgesville bullpen. With the 5-0 lead already here for Jefferson in the second inning. So 2 on for the Cougars.
And you get Lane's, pitch count up. That doesn't help things. You don't want him to have, you have bad outings. It happens, you know what I mean? You just have to cash it in as a bad outing sometimes. But, he still has an opportunity to get out of this one and settle in. But certainly Hedgesville's doing a smart thing by getting somebody warmed up. Should this thing extend and, to take care of his arm.
2-1 count. The next pitch from DeWater was inside off the glove of Patterson. Again, the runner stays put down there at third in Pavanelli. 3-1 count. 2 outs. 2 on. 5-0 Jefferson. And we talked about Tripp. The bats are starting to get there for the Cougars, and that makes them a very dangerous team come May.
Around the state there, you got Bridgeport and Morgantown playing tonight. Always a big section or regional matchup there that, we always see Bridgeport down in the state tournament this year, possibly looking at Morgantown finally getting over that hump and sending Bridgeport home. But not at the moment as Bridgeport's winning 9-7.
3-1 pitch misses low for ball 4, so the bases are loaded for Daquan Shipe, who grounded out his first time up. And Kelly is on with the walk. Bush on second, Pavanelli on third, and Shipe takes a big cut at that first pitch and misses for strike 1 on the high fastball from Lane DeWater. 2 outs in the inning. See if Lane can get out of this Jambo Jam with only 1 run given up. The next pitch to Shipe, a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Daquan just doesn't quite look, set completely in the box, swinging kind of out of his shoes a little bit.
Yeah, he's got him, he's kind of got a little swagger going there in the box, didn't quite get set, and Lane threw it by him.
The 0-2 to Shipe is fouled away. That time he got the timing a little bit better on the pitch and fouls it off. Still sitting, though, on an 0-2 count with the bases loaded for the Jefferson Cougars. Shipe and the Cougars would love to blow it open here and get at least out to a potentially 6 or 7 run lead on this high-powered offense of Hedgesville.
Be huge, though, for DeWater to get a clutch strikeout here if he's able to.
The 0-2 from Lane DeWater, swinging another foul tip from Daquan Shipe.
Yeah, Daquan got a little piece of that one, just kept him alive as he kind of swung over top of that one, that off-speed pitch that got under his bat there, but did a nice job of staying alive there. And they're starting to run up DeLauder's pitch count here with 2 long innings as he's, seen pretty.
The 0-2 fouled away again.
Seen 16 batters in 2 innings so far, so that'll run your pitch count up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's definitely been, tough for Lane DeLauder here tonight. Not the start we were anticipating, but again, like you said, sometimes you just have a bad start, and nobody's perfect, and
no,
certainly not any high school pitcher. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, no drop third as the bases were loaded, so that will do it for the inning. DeLauder gets out of the jam with just 1 run given up. It's 5-0 Cougars. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Riley Morgan comes back out for the Jefferson Cougars, who lead it here 5-0 in the 2nd inning. They'll have to deal, though, with the middle of this Hedgesville lineup. DeLauder, Nichols, Pence are kind of the bottom middle. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. It's kind of crazy to see a guy like Mike Nichols hitting in the 7-hole when you think of him as typically a 4-5 guy.
Yeah. That just kind of shows Hedgesville's hitting. I talked to Coach Grove before the game, like I was saying, about their depth, and he's trying to find guys that'll hit, and they've been moving guys up and down the lineup based on they're playing the hot hand. So he talked about Lane DeLauder possibly DHing him, but he's been hitting well. So he decided let him hit for himself here tonight and see if it pays off.
DeLauder takes the first one low in the dirt for ball 1-0 count.
Yeah.
Nobody can be perfect, Nick.
That's true.
You said it.
1-0 pitch, hit towards second. Cienfuegos fields it off the bounce and throws the first in time for out number 1. That'll bring Mike Nichols to the plate.
Quick out there as he got it kind of off the handle, and a little soft liner out to second base.
Cienfuegos, one of the best defensive second basemen, if not the best, in the EPAC. The pitch here to Nichols, taken high for ball 1.
We were talking about somebody warming in the bullpen for Hedgesville. Did confirm via him walking back it was Ian Wolf. So we'll see, maybe he comes out next inning or they give Lane, see what he can do in the next inning.
Nichols fouls that one off.
It's like, Morgan's kind of third contact kind of guy. Let your defense work. Pound the strike zone.
1-1 is popped out toward right field. Shipe makes the play for out number 2. And he's quickly working through the Hedgesville lineup, at least those first 2 outs of each inning. Gave up a little bit of damage there in the middle there to Ruiz, who walked, and then Pedersen singled. But besides that, he's been pretty efficient so far here tonight.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well. He just pounds his zone, forces Hedgesville to swing the bat, and let his defense work. And so far, he's done a really good job. It's kind of like once again, it's important for Pence and Gano and them guys to try to have some good at bats should they and kind of keep this inning extended a little bit.
Pence fouls that one off of his body.
Not let Jefferson get that offense back on the field that quick. A longer at bat here would be good. It's just a smart thing here by Nicky Brown calling Pence down to, extend this inning in any way at all, and check on Pence, of course, but certainly an opportunity with a hit that come off of his leg to give Hedgesville a chance to catch their breath over in that dugout after quick 2 outs.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. 5-0 Cougars here in the second inning. The pitch from Riley Morgan. Hit on the ground towards short. Hefner scoops it up. Makes a tough throw, but it's off the glove and would have been probably late anyway over to Kelly at first. So that will allow Pence to reach first safely.
Yeah, again, good job by Pence getting the bat on the ball, forcing Jefferson to make some plays. You've seen the same sort of thing happen to French earlier. It happened to the very good shortstop of Jefferson, Hefner, and the ball just kind of takes a little hop there at the end, and you're down on it like you need to be. Both players were, and the ball just come up in their gut, and had to force the throw. First, Hefner had to force the throw as quick as possible and throw it high.
So I bring Gage Gano to the plate. Gano shows bunt, lays it down. It's a perfect one, and that will be an infield single easily for Gage Gano. So back to the top of the lineup now with 2 down inning, and Hedgesville again with 2 down. Has a runner in scoring position, at least an opportunity to get a run back, if not more, here for the Eagles.
Yeah, Braylon Connor up the bat. We saw how hot he was down there in Myrtle Beach.
Great job by the 8 and 9 guys to do whatever it takes to get on base and keep Morgan out there throwing pitches and keep Jefferson's defense on the field, and let Lane DeLauder over there kind of settle in after his at bat, cool off a little bit. Hopefully he can come out and throw some strikes here and force Jefferson to hit their way on and make a ball game out of this. At the moment, right now, we need a big hit here by Braylon Connor. Get this offense off the zero.
The 1-0 to Connor, swinging and a miss for strike 1. For Morgan, he really doesn't or can't really feel any pressure. I mean, he gave up 2 balls hit in the infield, but 2 guys on nonetheless, and it's tough now to face Braylon Connor with 2 outs as the pitch to Connor inside for ball 1. He wasn't just hot at the beach. He's really been hot all year, hitting over 500 in this early part of the season. A 2-1 count on 2 down. Kind of midway through.
I would say you can't call it the early part of the season anymore. We're 16, 17, 18 games into the season.
Midway season. This one popped up, though, by Connor and heading out of play down the first base line off of the batting cage.
I mean, when this weekend, you'll probably be 22, 23 games in for most teams.
We're about 2/3 of the season.
We're getting there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy. We're looking at schedules earlier, and
here comes Coach Lowry out to talk a little bit here.
We're used to this from last year.
I think more so here it's maybe about defense.
Yeah.
Because Morgan hasn't really changed any of his stuff. 2-2 count with 2 down, 5-0, 2 on for the Eagles.
I mean, other than the fly out to right field, pretty much, Hedgesville's been infield hits. Even Pedersen's hit was the ground ball that chopped over the first baseman's head. Then you get the base hit by Gano up the third base line. And then you couple that with the error on Pence's infield hit. That's the runners that have been on base and the walk to Ruest. Other than that, I mean, they really haven't put a real barrel on Morgan yet. So not sure what it was about other than, hey, maybe be careful to this guy and, pass it on down. But, I'm sure Jefferson knows the batting average of Braylon Connor and what he can do. So, it might not be pitch around, but certainly looks like it might have been maybe to try to pick-off move in behind Gano. Maybe they called that. Always got to be weary of the pick-off play outside of the timeouts.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The pitch to Braylon Connor from Morgan is again fouled away. Connor's had 2 tough at-bats so far in the ball game. He flew out to left field his first time up. For 1 on the day with 2 on here. And a 5-0 lead for Jefferson in this bottom of the second inning. A 4-run first, a 1-run second for the Cougars. Riley Morgan, the left-hander, looks into his catcher, Caleb Fletcher, with 2 down and a 2-2 pitch. And that one just misses outside and low for ball 3. Full count now on Braylon Connor.
Yeah, a chance for Braylon here to do some damage or pass this thing down to Noah Brown, who put the bat on the ball last time.
The 3-2 pitch as the runners take off, and again fouled away by Connor.
It's a great job here by this part of the lineup after 2 quick outs, just to force Morgan into a longer inning than a quick 1-2-3 inning. It's just a kind of takes the life out of you a little bit when you go real quick 1-2-3. So Hedgesville has done a nice job of staying in the game and focusing and concentrating on each pitch, as Coach Lowry had talked about in the pregame.
The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Connor goes down swinging, and we head to the 3rd inning. The Eagles strand 2. It is still 5-0 Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. We head to the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
Now Nick Verzolini with your play-by-play.
Thank you, Spencer. A little bit cold out, so I had to put my sweatshirt on.
Now we're all twinning.
Yeah, tripleting.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Why not?
I don't know. I didn't say it wasn't.
I didn't say it was.
See what Delane DeLaura can do here. He runs him back out there as his game changer has kind of picked it up. He's thrown 60 pitches, 31 for strikes, 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 are earned, and 3 strikeouts, walking 5. So certainly the free base is what's killed him. Strikeouts are on point for this time of the game. Certainly 3 hits to this great offense is not it's easy to swallow as far as your stats go, but the walks and the hit by pitch is something that certainly would like to have back the first 2 innings, but good to see him coming out there. He still looks great on the mound as far as his presence and how he is approaching.
0-1 hits the zone for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Duncan. It's Duncan, Cienfuegos, Lewis. We talked about kind of off the air the decision to bring Lane back out for this 3rd inning as his pitch count over 60 pitches at this point. Mm-hmm. Maybe you get to save a little bit of bullpen with a long week coming up, and also you are at the bottom of the order, so your thought process could be that Lane could work through these guys relatively quickly.
Yeah, I mean, probably his last inning if the offense doesn't put anything on the board. If the offense can get it close, he can get out of this inning, 75, 80 pitches, you certainly probably send him back out, for another inning. But if the offense doesn't start to, put something on the board, you stay at 5-0, you get up in the 80 pitch counts, probably could be the end of the night for him. But again, he looks good. I mean, he doesn't look too worn for the 2 long innings, but it'll wear on you later in the game.
The 2-2 is fouled away.
I was saying there a minute ago, the way he's approaching batters, he's still trusting his fastball in the outer half, trying to get ahead with his fastball. And, that's his game, to get ahead with the fastball. And, and then try to get him with the off-speed pitch, and then second time through maybe throw backwards. But right now he just hasn't been able to get ahead with the fastball. Too many batters.
That one freezes Duncan for strike number 3. DeLaundre gets the strikeout. That's now back-to-back, dating back to the end of the inning on Shipe, and Cienfuegos will come to the plate.
And that's the other part, too. I mean, he finished on a good note, feeling pretty good. Certainly the coaching staff over there ask him how he feels, he's starting to, that at bat there, but that pitch was a great sequence there. He comes in high on that pitch, though. It's the first time he's missed a bat this inning. So, see how he recovers.
The 1-0 to Cienfuegos misses low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Josh who struck out his first time up.
Certainly doesn't want to put the number 9 guy on.
The next pitch on 2-0 is outside for ball 3. And Cienfuegos, we talked about it, kind of mainly a defensive specialist, but he can do the things that you want to see out of that 9 guy as that second kind of lead off. Has good speed, can lay down a good bunt. He takes that one for a strike.
Yeah, similar to Hedgesville's 9 guy in Gano. Unbelievable defensive player out there. Does everything you ask him to do, and then can turn the lineup over in various ways. Has a great eye and gets on base any way at all. And then when it's his turn to hit, he'll swing the bat and see what he can do. And has that ability, to get on base with the bat as well.
3-2 is fouled away by Josh Cienfuegos. And Josh last year started to heat up toward the end of the season and gave them another bat they could rely on as they tried to make a run in the state tournament. 3-2 count with 1 out here in the inning. He transferred in last year.
From Arizona?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And Cienfuegos lifts this one with pretty good power out toward left, but going foul and out of play.
Turned on that curveball, caught a barrel there, and got it over the fence out there in left field on the foul territory. Not deep enough to be a 4-bagger, but certainly could have got down that corner and got himself a double out of that with the depth of that one.
The rest was in pursuit. 3-2 count with 1 out in the inning. We're to the number 9 hitter, Josh Cienfuegos, with the bases empty. The next pitch from DeWater on 3-2, swing and a miss, strike number 3. That's now 3 straight strikeouts for Lane DeWater, and back to the top of the order for Lewis.
Yeah, great job there, and so you see DeWater settling in, cutting down those walks. You certainly, that's just what the first inning it happened. You take away some of those walks, and it's a 1-0, 2-0 game, and they're right in it, and they're an inning or two away from hopefully getting back in it and making this a tighter ball game for us to watch here. But at the moment, Jefferson's in control, after letting have some timely hitting and taking the free bases from Hedgesville.
0-1 count here. DeWater forces a ground ball foul down the first base line that bounces toward that Hedgesville dugout. Now 5 strikeouts on the day for Lane DeWater. 0-2 count here, 2 down.
So Grove's happy that Tanner Matthews just had to throw his throwing hand out there barehanded and almost fall over the fence.
The 0-2 hit on the ground toward Connor. Connor scoops it, has some issues with it in the glove, and the throw not in time as Lewis will leg it out.
He beat it out there.
Yeah. Connor come hard on that slow roller.
With it.
Came hard on that slow roller, got it in the leather. On the exchange, he popped it back. He popped it in the air and grabbed it out of the air. Then still made an accurate throw. Just didn't quite get it there in time.
So that allows Jefferson to extend this inning and get to Ryan Hefner with 2 down, and that will allow the runner to take off to second. The throw down, a good one from Pedersen.
But it goes back.
But not into the glove of Chris French down there at second.
Into the shortstop's glove.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than the last time they stole. I mean, that was a competitive throw. Had a shot there. Got through the second baseman a little bit.
Yeah, 1 fouled away by Hefner. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second for the Cougars, who lead this one 5-0 in the top of the 3rd inning.
And, Nick, you mentioned about, DeWater pitching.
DeWater gets him to strikeout number 3. That's 4 straight dating back to the 2nd inning, at least on the outs. And that leaves a runner on second base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-0. Jefferson on top.
Only a 20-pitch inning that time.
Take that.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market. Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Jefferson on top of Hedgesville. And the Eagles come in the plate so far, Trip. It's been tough to figure out Riley Morgan. They've had a few short-lived rallies, I guess you could call them, with 2 outs to put runners on base, but couldn't drive in any runs so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job of hitting after they have 2 outs, but they've just put themselves, the first 2 batters of each inning have gotten themselves out, and or Morgan's gotten them out, and then after that, Hedgesville's had some nice at-bats with 2 outs, but they're going to have to figure it out, how to get a couple of these guys on and get them across.
Brown takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Noah Brown on the day, a ground out back in the first inning. And the next pitch lifted over towards shallow right field. That will get in for a base hit for Brown. So a leadoff single. And for the first time here tonight, Hedgesville has the leadoff base runner on base.
Yeah, great job there by Noah. It probably wasn't the liner that he wanted, but certainly put the bat on the ball. Got out there, found some green in between Cienfuegos and Shipe, and ball got down, just what the doctor ordered for Hedgesville. And Morgan here, the lefty's not going to let Noah get quite much of a jump, but it does put a little bit of a hole over there.
Rest lays down a bunt. It's another good one.
Perfect.
And that will allow runners at first and second. That's the second beautiful bunt for an infield single for the Eagles here tonight. The other one by Gage Gano, and Jackson Rest will do that from time to time, and has been very good at it.
Those two must have competitions in practice on who can do it the best, because they are 2 of the best at it.
Yeah, they are.
Great job there since the second time. That time, Ruest had a big hole to hit through on the right side as Kelly was holding the runner, and Cienfuegos was over in double plate depth.
Pedersen 1 for 1 with the single earlier.
It's a big chance.
As he gets older, he'll learn to take that one on the hip as he kind of backed out of it. But
he wants to hit.
Yeah, he wants to hit, though.
Big chance for Hedgesville here. No outs and 2 on.
The 1-0 to Pedersen misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 5-0 Jefferson, and here comes the head man, John Lowry Sr.
He's going to try to put this fire out quickly if at all possible. But, yeah, Hedgesville's got something going on here, and I think if you see Hedgesville put some runs on the board, I think you see DeLauder come back out. He's at 80 pitches. I think if they fail to get some RBIs this inning, get some guys across, you might see Ian Wolf, who's been down there, working. So, and it also could depend on, how much of how Lane feels and how he wants to get back in there after that first inning. And right now he's cruising. There's no real reason to take him out as far as, how he's pitching. It's just the number of pitches, and will Hedgesville be able to scrap their way back into this, should he go the distance and go the 110.
Yeah.
So Pedersen sits in here on a 2-0 count, and runners on first and second for the Hedgesville Eagles. And the sophomore awaits the pitch here from Riley Morgan and drives it, but out of play down that first base line. He could have straightened that out. Could have been some trouble.
Could have been.
He might have took out the bullpen pitcher. Might have to put somebody else down there.
Another update from the other EPAC game going on. Martinsburg on top 4-0. Now they chased Dunbar out of the game after 3 innings, 80 pitches.
Yeah, but they only got 1 hit, don't they? I think he.
Yeah, he gave up 1 hit, but I believe
got about 6 walks.
Smedek's come in and he gave up a single to Everhart to lead things off.
3-1 count on Pedersen, and that one low for ball number 4. The bases are loaded for Hedgesville, and all of a sudden now the Eagles are 1 swing away from a very different ball game.
Great job. Brown got a blooper, and Ruest took advantage of the defense, push bunted down the line. Now you have seen a great at bat there by Pedersen, taking what Morgan will give him in the base 1 balls. And now you've got the DH up. Tanner Matthews has come in to courtesy run, courtesy of the 2 post-14 summer baseball teams in the area.
Connor Quinn takes the first pitch high for ball one. So Quinn, the DH, looking to come through here for the Eagles with the bases loaded. Nobody out, the 5-0 lead. But an opportunity for Hedgesville to get right back in the ball game. This one hits the zone for strike one at the knees.
Look at Morgan, though. I mean, the young man's out there just doing his job, you know. A lot of things happening around him, and he's just staying very stoic and doing a nice job of just keeping his mound presence. Got that 5-run lead. Going to continue to try to throw to contact, limit those walks. Yeah, I'd probably like to have that at bat back from Pedersen and that free base there, but, you know, he's just he looks to me like he can play the position.
1-2 just misses outside for ball two. If Morgan gets a strikeout here, he could very easily be one pitch away from getting out of this completely and nothing given up.
The Jambo Jam.
He's in a jam here.
The 2-2 pitch. A called strike three on the inside corner, and Connor Quinn goes down looking. Lane DeWater now coming to the plate.
He's looking to help himself out here.
The ball looked up a little bit when he left his hand, but, you know, Quinn's a taller guy. He went to check swing, and it made it look even a little more deceiving from us up here as he kind of backed off with that check swing. But Jeff King down there, his nose on top of it, saw it as a strike there, and strike three it was.
Corner's playing in here is DeWater. Did he go around on that one?
He held it back, but
okay. His body went around.
The bat didn't. His body did.
His bat lay on his shoulder. The curveball dove in by his foot, and he just kind of twisted around as he kind of went to offer for it, realized it was going to be in the dirt. Then he had to save those feet as he kind of did a two-step there in the box.
1-0 misses low for ball two. I was going to wonder, does Lane have any dancing in his background?
He does after that ball got down. Nobody wants to get hit on the shin, fingers, or the toes.
No, definitely not. 2-0 count, especially when it's cold.
Yeah.
It is a little chilly here tonight, not cold necessarily. The 2-0, a swing and a miss for strike one. So Riley Morgan trying to get out of this jam on a 2-1 count with one down in the inning. And the bases loaded for Hedgesville. 5-0 lead for Jefferson. DeWater pokes this one down the line. It's going to go foul.
That would have done some damage. Should it have stayed fair? And,
I think it would have been at least 5-2.
Nice job there by by Morgan, you know, to battle back through that fastball in the outside corner. And DeLauder just barely got the barrelhead on it there.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lane DeWater with one down in the inning. The pitch to DeWater is a little bit high for ball number 3.
Hard to be high on a 6'6" guy, but it was up there.
It's true, yeah. The full count pitch to Lane DeWater. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Riley Morgan. And we talked about earlier, Trip, maybe not blow-by stuff, but so far now in this third inning, he's got the strikeout going when he needed them.
That was a nice changeup that kind of fell away from Lane DeLauder there. Left-handed, and it was a circle change that kind of floated in there and just run away from Lane a little bit in that right-handed box.
Mike Nichols to the plate. Nichols takes that one for a called strike 1.
Nichols is a kid who can make this 5-4.
It's very
We've
true.
seen him leave this park, so I'm sure Morgan's aware of that, and we'll see how he approaches this there. It was a fastball in the outer half that got him for a strike.
The 0-1 pitch to Nichols, called strike number 2. That one might have been the kind of pitch that Nichols could have drove. Looked like a breaking ball. It stayed a little bit up. But
yeah, it hung a little bit. Nichols has seen 2 strikes now. Now he's down 0-2. See something in the dirt now, probably are up.
The 0-2 is high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that pitch was up. And called it right as I said it. I seen Fletcher kind of push the glove up, see if he could get him to chase. Not going to give him anything good. And maybe this time we'll change his eye level down.
The 1-2 with 2 down. The pitch to Nichols, low for ball 2. Trip, you calling the pitches tonight?
Yeah. I'm watching Fletcher.
Huh.
I'm kind of getting.
You're cheating.
He's cheating a little bit, but
he's tipping them.
But no, that's kind of, you know, you change the eye level. Now he's going to probably go around the back door. And
2-2 pitch popped up.
Cienfuegos lost it.
Tough read on it, but Daquan Shipe comes out there in that Bermuda triangle to make the play for out number 3, and Hedgesville has to be frustrated. That leaves the bases loaded with nobody out, and you don't get any runs across. Still 5-0 Jefferson as we head to the fourth. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. 5-0 Eagles and Tripp. First of all, I mean, we'll start with the positive, I guess, if you're looking at it from a Jefferson perspective. Riley Morgan gets out of the jam with the bases loaded and nobody out and doesn't allow any runs to come across the score as he gets 2 strikeouts and a fly out to end the inning. From the Hedgesville perspective, it's got to be frustrating to not get at least one run across in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, Hedgesville got the Texas fly there and got that to drop in. Got a great drag bunt there by Ruest and a walk, and they had an opportunity to really cut on this lead, and they weren't able to. Back-to-back strikeouts with Quinn and DeLauder, and then the fly out by Nichols, and certainly was something that. At this point of the game, they certainly could have needed to get a run or two across there to give them some life.
Well, Lane DeLauder is going to continue here, and he has a 1-1 count here on J.J. Pavanelli, who's been able to reach base both times he's made plate appearances, a single and a walk on the day, and this one misses low for ball 2. 2-1 count on Pavanelli.
I think a lot of this is, is Lane telling the coach, hey, that first inning is not who I am. I want to at least go out and have, 3 or 4 good innings, and show them that, that really isn't who I am. Show the crowd, show Jefferson, and show himself, that I can, I can compete with the best of them, and, and I can show some grit and come back from that and give my team a chance to come back. He can't make the offense score 5 runs. But he can certainly end the night, at 100 pitches, maybe down 5-0. But, he can have, 4 or 5 really good innings against this team and get those strikeouts up and clean that ERA up a little bit as each inning passes. So, I think this is just a part of him saying, I want to go out there and prove that I can do it. The
2-2 pitch here to Pavanelli misses outside for ball 3. And like we said, the Princeton game wasn't his best stuff either, so maybe he wants to, get some really good innings out there, even though he only allowed, 1 run or no runs, I don't believe, in that game.
And I really like that. I mean, I like that he's not, there's another strikeout.
Yep, that is the last 5 outs have all been strikeouts from Lane DeLauder as it's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Strikeout number 7.
So as we're starting to see the real Lane DeLauder come through, so, and a lot of guys would, have a bad inning like that or a bad outing at bad first 2 innings or at least a bad first inning and then a below average second inning and then just say cash it in. But here he is, 2 innings just battling away and just showing who he really is to his home crowd and to the Jefferson team. So just hats off to him.
Hats off to him, but unfortunately probably going to be his last inning, up to 90 pitches here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. 2-0 count here on DeLauder, or on Fletcher from DeLauder, and we talked about, too, in the past, maybe Lane had some issues fighting through adversity, and he's done that so far here tonight. The 2-0 hits the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, after the Princeton game, he talked a little bit about, Coach Rove talked a little bit about him, losing his focus there, but that hasn't been the thing tonight. So Did he command his fastball in the first couple innings? No, but did he grow up on the mound and fight through adversity? Yeah, and the fastball thing will come. That's just technique and bullpenning and just kind of looking and figuring out exactly what wasn't going right for you. But when you look at the the mentality of the game and the mental toughness, that's something that you just have to deal with, and you have to grow and mature, and it takes a while.
The 2-2 pitch misses outside for ball 3. A full count here on Caleb Fletcher, who has singled and sacrificed so far today.
When you look at progressions from freshman to sophomore to now, Lane has made huge, strides in his mound presence and his mentality on the mound.
3-2 misses outside for ball 4, so it's a one-out walk allowed here to Fletcher. Riley Morgan coming to the plate. Morgan on the day, strikeout and a single, RBI on that single as well. That extended the lead from 4-0 to 5-0 in the second inning.
You give a lot of credit to Jefferson for those.
There's a throw over from DeLauder on the pickoff attempt that hits off of the fence. Fletcher's looking for 3. The throw in is going to caught off the throw to second in time for out number 2.
Great play there. The right fielder, backing up over there as Pence come in and cut that throw, headed to third, and great job there by Connors to cut that off and send it back, and for French to be covering that bag. So you had basically an overthrow to first and then a 9-6-4 put out.
And DeLauder allows Morgan to hit this one hard down the line, but that goes foul down the first base line. And it looked like Caleb Fletcher maybe thought when he made his turn towards second that they were going to go a straight throw to third, but since it was cut off, that kind of put him in a tough situation as he wasn't going necessarily 100% back to the bag, and then got picked off because of the situation he was in. And I think when he made his turn, he thought that throw was going to go all the way to third, but great play by Braylon Connor.
This was a great read by Braylon. Great throw by Pence. Great read by Braylon to cut it off, and then really good job. A lot of times that happens and nobody's covering the bag, and French was there.
Yeah.
So it's a great play. DeLauder threw it over the head of Nichols, and the defense responded.
0-1 count, misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 5-0. Jefferson on top here in the 4th inning between Jefferson and Hedgesville. The next pitch in there for strike number 2. Riley Morgan, as we mentioned, 1 for 2 on the day, an RBI single to extend the lead from 4-0 to 5-0 for the Cougars. The 1-2 pitch from DeLauder is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good pitch there. I mean, that's where Pedersen set up down in a way, and he hit the glove there. So just a good at bat there at that point. To stay away from that pitch and not swing at it. But
2-2 again misses low for ball 3. Full count on Riley Morgan, the starting pitcher today for Jefferson, has worked a real good performance out there on the mound for the Cougars.
The lefty pitcher batting right, as Spencer told us last.
I said that actually. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
8.
And DeLauder gets another strikeout. 8 of the last 9, or I'm sorry, 4 or 5 of the last 6 outs have been strikeouts from Lane DeLauder. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 5-0. Jefferson on top of Hedgesville. We'll take another 60-second break, and when we return, we'll have more West Virginia High School baseball action here on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to to the nest. Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Our score 5-0.
Don't put your glasses on. Spencer's just can't get it dialed in here.
No, I thought I saw people perched out there over the right field fence, and I do.
Well, why are you zooming on it?
Hedgesville certainly is getting to the point in the game where they need to cut into this lead a little bit. It's only the 4th inning. They got 4 more at-bats. And so, certainly attainable. But, Morgan has thrown a really good game, thrown to contact, and let the defense play. And done a great job last night getting off that jam. The 3, bases loaded, nobody out, and, at any level is just an unbelievable, achievement to get out of. So a couple of strikeouts and a fly out, and he was out of it.
1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Yeah, I think, Tripp, you mentioned it there, the jam that he was able to get out of, and that could be what kind of deflates this Hedgesville team. I mean, obviously not their last opportunity, but it feels like if we couldn't get a run in there, so there's a strikeout looking, and we might not get one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, certainly missing that chance is going to be something that's talked about in the huddle outside after the game if they don't, if they aren't able to, come back and win this thing, or leaving guys on base. And then certainly, their 2-out approach prior to that inning was great, and then their 2-out approach there kind of, cost them. So first 2 innings, first 2 guy gets out and have great 2-out at bats. Second and third inning to get bases loaded, and then they just cannot get it done.
Gano takes the first pitch for strike 1. The next pitch from Morgan misses high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. 5-0 Jefferson. Bottom of the 4th inning between Jefferson and Hedgesville here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The next pitch from Morgan is outside and low for ball 2. Gage Gano on the day. He had that infield single on a bunt down that third baseline. This time J.J. Pavanelli playing in on the grass for the Cougars. The 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, I mean, great job by him and Ruest on those bunch. Left-handed pitcher up there, bunted down the third baseline. Guys were back, and there wasn't even a play on either one of those, so just a textbook bunch. But now he's going to have to, work his way on either with his eye or with his bat, and as J.J. Pavanelli's kind of taking that away. So
full count here on Gano, the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Riley Morgan, who's now starting to pick up his strikeout numbers on the evening. Up to 4 now.
4 out of the last 5.
Or, I'm sorry, 5 strikeouts hit, but 4 out of the last 5.
He's on it.
Braylon Connor coming to the plate with 2 down in the inning. And nobody on, and Connor swinging and missing for strike 1.
Big curveball to start him off with. And started over the plate, broke it in on his hands, and tough for even the catcher to handle there, and that biter.
0-1 count, 2 down. The next pitch from the lefty Morgan is inside off the glove of his catcher, Fletcher, and rolls back to the wall. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down on Braylon Connor. He's had a tough day. Strikeout and a fly out for Braylon. And the 1-1 pitch. Called strike number 2.
And rightfully so, yep.
So Riley Morgan looking for really what would be his first quick inning of the evening, even though his pitch count probably isn't too high. But with 2 outs so far, Hedgesville's been able to rally a little bit and, like we said, put a little bit of pressure on the Cougars early, and then had that bases loaded with nobody out last inning. The 2-2 with 2 down. The next pitch fouled away by Braylon Connor. 5-0 Cougars on top of the Eagles. A little bit of a shocker here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. And the next pitch from Morgan, high for ball 3, a full count. So Jefferson, the thing that has held them back has been offense, but so far here tonight, not the case. As the bats continue to heat up for the Cougars as the year goes on. The 3-2 misses outside for ball 4. Is this going to be another inning where we see the 2 outs and Hedgesville put some pressure on as Connor walks and Noah Brown come to the plate?
Another good job there. Again, Hedgesville's not letting Jefferson get that 1-2-3 inning. That's the 3rd inning in 3 out of 4 innings that they have, taken, gotten the first two guys have gotten out. Riley Morgan's gotten them out, and then Hedgesville's able to extend that inning. But they really need to do something with it. Just getting guys on and not getting them across is not going to win you ball games. So, their opportunities will start to dwindle as we get later into the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. But 5 runs is certainly, something that they can come back from easily. But they need to start at some point and get that 0 off the board.
1-1 count, 2 down. Not your typical Hedgesville game. They've had at least 2 runners on in every inning, but haven't scored a run yet. A 1-1 count on 2 outs, and this one's slapped by Noah Brown in the right field. A diving attempt from Daquan Shipe, and that gets away. That should be able to score Braylon Connor. The throw in from Shipe to third is cut off by the shortstop Hefner, and it is 5-1 as Connor scores from first on a ball that got away from Daquan Shipe in right field. Try to make a highlight reel catch out there in right instead of maybe trying to keep it in front. It was a good effort, but couldn't quite make the grab.
Yeah.
And it gets down, and Brown's standing on third with the RBI.
Yeah, Shipe needs to kind of understand the situation there. I'm sure Coach Lowry will let him know that's kind of the one you just kind of block up and hopefully hold Connor to second, maybe third, but then force Ruiz to hit him home and not allow the ball to get by him and the run to score and the batter to get all the way to third.
This hit on the ground toward the shortstop Hefner, who has some trouble getting out of the glove and does not. So the runner scores from third, and Brown. It's now 5-2, and Hedgesville's got a little bit of life.
2 out. Great job there. They're finally pushing them across. Ruiz is such an athlete, and his long legs, and I've said it all year long. I've said it in conversations with people, talking about the EPAC players. Ruiz is just sneaky fast. I mean, he doesn't look like he's running hard, and, I kept looking and waiting for Hefner to get that ball out, thinking he had plenty of time, and Ruiz just got down that line and beat it out. So just a great athlete that they have at their expense out there in Jackson Ruiz.
So an RBI for Ruiz. And I believe that will be ruled his second infield single of the day. 1-0 count here on Pedersen. And he takes a good cut at that one and fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 5-2. Jefferson leading Hedgesville as the Eagles have rallied for 2 with 2 outs in the inning. After Morgan got back-to-back strikeouts, a walk drawn by Braylon Connor, the leadoff hitter, an RBI triple from Brown, an RBI infield single from Ruiz have got Hedgesville on the board now at 5-2 and a 2-1 count with 2 down.
Woke up that dugout a little bit and give him a little momentum.
The next pitch to Pedersen from Morgan is low, gets away from the catcher Fletcher. Ruiz now moves into scoring position. So the Eagles have a chance to make it a 5-3 game with 1 swing of the bat. And, of course, as you mentioned, kind of that sneaky speed of Jackson Ruiz on the base pass.
Yeah, it looks like his legs aren't going very fast, but they're going long strides. He gets down there quick.
You see it in all 3 sports he plays.
He's just very athletic, and he just does it with he's so smooth,
3-1 misses low for ball 4, so Pedersen draws another walk. That's his second walk. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks today. And Quinn coming to the plate, who struck out with the bases loaded and nobody out, looking to make up for that strikeout and come through with a big hit here.
Comes a courtesy runner.
Tanner Matthew,
courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. And, guys, this is a cross-sectional game here tonight, obviously in favor of Jefferson right now, 5-2. The other cross-sectional game tonight here in the EPAC, Martinsburg on top 6-1 over Washington, which is a totally different situation than Friday.
Quinn rips that one into right field. That gets down for a base hit. Ruiz rounding third. The play to the plate is thrown over underneath the glove of catcher, but a throw down to third is in time for the out. So Hedgesville does get the run on the board, 5-3 on the RBI single from Connor Quinn. Matthew is gunned down at third to end the inning. We head to the 5th. It is 5-3. Jefferson still leading Hedgesville. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Back here to the nest. Eagles rallying. 5-3 now our score, and it will be another inning for Lane DeLauder here as we enter the 5th, and this makes sense with the fact that Hedgesville's right back in the game. DeLauder has found himself on the mound, and Jefferson coming to the plate now with a little bit of pressure put on the Cougars all of a sudden as Hedgesville was able to get 3 in that last half inning.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lane just wants to prove, like I said, to himself and to his teammates and to everyone else that first inning was sort of a fluke. And, those base hits that were hit back up the middle were on ad counts. I mean, not taking nothing away, certainly, of Jefferson, but if I'm hitting, I'd rather hit in a 3-1 count any time, as a couple of those base hits came in counts that the hitters were able to, set back and wait on a fastball. So, other than the walks and then a couple base hits and the ad counts, he's really done a great job, since that troubled first inning. So it's just really about getting out there and showing I've got the grit and the poise to get through the adversity. And
only got 9 more pitches left.
Kelly, Shipe, Duncan due up for the Cougars as Kelly has a 1-1 count from DeLauder. The next pitch fouled away. Kelly on the day, error and a walk. 1-2 count on him here. In the 5th inning, 5-3. Jefferson leads Hedgesville on this
cool
Tuesday.
It's not cool.
This one popped up and fouled out of play. Yeah, cool night here.
Feels like one of the Myrtle Beach nights after the sun went down almost.
I regret wearing these shorts now. I'm cold.
We've been regretting it since you walked up here.
Funny trip.
1-2 count. And the pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-2. And Tripp, Spencer's the reason why we don't ever have a camera on us.
Yeah, we know.
The 2-2 pitch hit hard toward first underneath the glove of a diving Mike Nichols. And it's a single for Kelly.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there for Kelly. He went the other way with that. The ball was hit, DeLauder was trying to get that outside corner, and he just stayed back and drove it that way, and it kind of cut underneath of going to get a pinch runner here.
Courtesy runner.
Yeah, Kelly's, unless he's coming in to pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just be a pinch runner.
Yeah, he's in the game at the moment. Yeah, that ball, I mean, they get a great effort there by Mike Nichols. It just cut away from him and almost bounced off the bag as it shot down there.
I thought they said 19 was a pinch runner, but maybe he said who for 19 because Kelly is 19.
Yeah, someone for 19 pinch runner to re-enter. So
it was the same guy from earlier.
Okay. Yeah, Kelly will get re-entered, it looks like, based on
Hunter Bush.
Hunter Bush, yep.
Pitch here to Daquan Shipe. Shipe dived out for a ball that ended up rolling and getting by him and ending in a triple. So mistake there by Daquan, but good effort play, but certainly maybe not the right play in that situation. As Shipe takes it for a ball. Looked like it was going to be a strike.
It really takes a lot of, concentration. We heard Coach John Lowry say pregame.
Throw over DeLauder. Just gets underneath the tag there at first as Bush, but a great pickoff move by Lane DeLauder. I thought he might have got him as well there, Trip.
Yeah, I thought he had him because when I looked up and he was throwing, Bush was caught kind of flat-footed.
This is pitch 108.
The 2-0, the Shipe misses outside for ball 3, so most likely the last batter here.
Talking about that dive play by Shipe, but you have to. It takes that, what Coach John Lowry said in the pregame, concentration on every pitch. What am I going to do with the ball sent to me? And these guys here, they're just high school guys who are out there, and just to think on the that quick sometimes it's extremely hard to do. So they know they got to give great effort, and they give a great effort, and they get chewed on a little bit for it. But sometimes it's just better to lay back and take the single, and it's hard for them to do.
3-1 count here on Daquan Shipe with a runner on first base and a 5-3 lead. Nobody out. The pitch missing inside for ball 4. And that should be it for Lane DeLauder as he's reached the pitch count. We'll take a 60-second break. Jefferson has 2 men on. Nobody out here in the 5th inning. 5-3 our score. Cougars on top of the Eagles. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. We got a pitching change. Pitching change brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. And for Hedgesville, Lane DeLauder's day is done, but they will bring on Wolf. Wolf, 7 1/3 innings so far in the year, and this will be his 7th appearance. 2 starts for him. 1-0 record, and 5 hits given up, 5 earned runs, an ERA of 4.773, 2.045 whip on the year. Not bad numbers for his limited appearances, Spencer.
Yeah, no, not at all. And, Wolf, he's, going to come in here inheriting these 2 runners and trying to get them out and then go, the rest of this inning, in the 6th inning and 7th inning as well. So he's expecting himself to go 3 innings tonight.
And for Lane DeLauder tonight, his night is over. And when you look at the final stat line, he is, of course, responsible for those 2 runners on the base paths. Not too bad, honestly. 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, but 3 of those are earned. 7 walks is what really hurts you. Yeah. And then the 8 strikeouts, and as well as 1 hit by a pitch.
Yeah, it definitely does hurt you there, but it's Lane DeLauder. As Tripp said, you can't have amazing outings every game, so take that one, learn from it, take it to the next game.
So runners on first and second for the Jefferson Cougars, who lead it already 5-3 and have a chance to extend on this lead. And a bunt, but a pull back from the batter Duncan. Duncan on the day, hit by pitch, and he struck out so far. 1-0 count on him here, with nobody out in this 5th inning of work, with the runners on first and second for the Cougars. Again, Duncan trying to bunt, but again pulling it back as it misses inside for ball 2. 2-0 count. Runners on first and second. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis, happy to have you with us. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Duncan again trying to bunt. And he gets this one down, but it's going to go foul down that third base line.
That was a great bunt there by Duncan. If it gets in there, he gets a base hit, not just a sack there.
It could have had the bases loaded with nobody out. We'll see if Duncan can repeat it. Of course, with both guys on the corners playing in for the Hedgesville defense, Wolf trying to work out of this jam with 2 on and nobody out. A 2-1 count on Duncan. Again, he squares and pulled it back again in time for ball 3.
Boober's throwing the gym down there at Washington's only giving up a couple of hits and 1 run. It wasn't even earned, striking out 6 as Martinsburg is up 6-1.
Yeah, total turnaround from Saturday's matchup down at the Beaches, where it's a
3-1 and
loss for Martinsburg.
That one hits the zone for strike 2. And Carson Buber comes back with the most innings pitched for Martinsburg. So
Coach John Glower's not going to like that. 3-1 pitch down the middle, and Duncan takes it, throws the bat down like it's a walk, and he needed to get that bunt down.
The 3-2 now to Duncan is low for ball 4, so the bases are loaded for the Cougars with still nobody out. And that will bring Cienfuegos to the plate. And we'll see how Cienfuegos is able to come through here, potentially. That's a good game there between Bridgeport and Morgantown, 16-14.
Wow.
16-14, bottom of the 7th, and Morgantown's trying to
tie it up. What a slugfest up there.
So Cienfuegos takes the first one high for a ball, 1-0 count. Chance for Jefferson to kind of blow things open here again after Hedgesville bounced back with 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning here in the top of the 5th. Cougars hanging on to a 2-run lead at 5-3, looking to extend that here. 1 ball, 1 strike on Josh Cienfuegos.
Hedgesville and Ian Wolf are trying to repeat what Jefferson was able to do a couple innings ago.
1-1 misses high for ball 2.
3 straight walks certainly is not the way to hold that lead. Or excuse me, a single, and then the 2 walks.
Kelly had that single to lead things off. The pitch here fouled away by Cienfuegos.
Cienfuegos, number 9 guy, can do some damage here, but certainly Hedgesville needs to get him out without a run plating, and Jefferson's looking to do some real serious damage here.
The next pitch from Wolf, hit in toward right field, coming in, making the catch. They had a double play, and they do get it. Runner tags from third to extend the lead to 6-3. But they do get a double play as the runner at first got caught leaning towards second.
Yeah, that was a play by Pence who, when he first threw it, I was like, what is he doing, because the run was coming home. And then he held up and just tossed it to Mike Nichols to get the sure double play. And then when that happened, the runner decided to go ahead and come home because it wasn't really that deep. And the runner there, Duncan, must have thought that it might have going to drop in. And he just got caught leaning there and ended up with a double play. So
Cienfuegos still gets the sacrifice RBI on the fly out toward right, but the Eagles go from a 9-3 there on the put out to get the double play. Now 2 down with a runner on third and a 2-0 count on Lewis.
Nice job there by Patterson. Shipe on third there. He probably would have taken a chance here with 2 outs and tried to push that run across and get 2 of those 3 runs back.
Jefferson did extend its lead to 6-3. The pitch missing inside to Lewis for ball 3. 3-0 count, 2 down, top of the 5th inning between Jefferson and Hedgesville.
I believe this at bat here, or that runner on third, dictates who kind of won this inning after the, 3 bases given up with nobody out.
3-0, called strike 1 on the inside corner from Wolf.
As though Jefferson going to get a run. They wanted a lot more, and Hedgesville can have a little bit of a victory by only giving up a run, and it'll keep them in the game. So big at bat here, big run on third.
3-1, fouled away, full count. Would be pretty interesting to see 2 situations with the bases loaded and just 1 run scored and no outs for both teams to have that situation. But we'll see if Wolf can in fact hold Jefferson to just 1 run in this inning with the bases loaded at the time. 3-2, 2 down. The next pitch to Lewis, fouled away again. Good at bat from the leadoff man.
Yeah, Lewis is hanging in there. That was a pretty good pitch there by Wolf to almost had him leaning out front there, but great play there by a great pitch there by Wolf, but a great at bat to stay alive there by Lewis.
Runner on third is Daquan Shipe. 6-3, Jefferson on top. This one popped up into center field. Gage Gano gets there for out number 3. So the Cougars score just 1 after having the bases loaded with nobody down, but do extend their lead now to 6-3 at the bottom of the 5th. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex, and Jefferson leading Hedgesville 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th.
Up the street on the softball diamond, Jefferson wins 17-2. That was last year's matchup in the region championship.
Yeah, it very well could be again this year. As we know, in softball, Washington and Jefferson have kind of emerged as the 2 top programs in the area, but Hedgesville has kind of emerged as the top team in this section. Spring Mills has been a little bit more competitive this year, but certainly, interesting there. And
another
we'll
softball score here is Musselman beats Fort Hill out of Maryland 16-7. So Musselman get win number 8 on the season. They're looking to get.
They're much improved from last year.
Yeah, they're trying to up themselves in Section 1.
So 1-0 count here on Wolf now hitting for DeLauder. So DeLauder's day done as they didn't use him as a DH or anything like that, and DeLauder was 0 for 2 at the plate. And this pitch misses outside for a ball. 2-1 count on Wolf. Riley Morgan so far, good stuff on the mound for the junior. This one hit hard toward first, and a great play by Kelly to rob Wolf of a single.
Yeah, that was very, very similar to the leadoff at bat last inning Jefferson had. The ball that got over or under Mike Nichols down the line. That particular ball there stayed up, and Kelly was able to snag it out of the air. That was probably going to be a double down the line.
The next pitch here, low for a ball to Mike Nichols. So Wolf lines out to first. Nichols on the day 0 for 2. He takes that one for a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike on Nichols. 1 out. Next pitch from Morgan, hit hard towards center, and that will fall in for a base hit as Lewis lets it bounce and plays it off the bounce. So it's a 1-out single for Mike Nichols.
Yeah, nice piece hitting there by Mike, right back up the middle. Certainly giving Hedgesville a little spark here, but you got to hand it to Riley Morgan. I mean, Hedgesville's got some guys that can hit, and he's just hanging in there, throwing strikes. Getting those strikeouts when he has to, digging in and throwing to contact when the bases are empty. And, got that bases loaded, got that back-to-back strikeouts when he had to. So, kid that I believe that he knows how to pitch, and then situational pitching. He's not trying to blow by everybody, not trying to strike out everybody, but he knows there's a time when he needs to get strikeouts and pitch for them, and there's a time to try to get some, get some guys to get the ball in the air and get some outs by contact.
6-3, our score in favor of the Jefferson Cougars here in the 5th inning. 1 down and a runner on first base, and Mike Nichols, Pence at the plate. Morgan doing the pitching for Jefferson. The next pitch is high for a ball. 1-0 count here to Pence.
Like Musselman took care of business up there at Berkeley Springs, 10-0 after 6.
Yeah. Musselman continues to be on a roll.
That one fouled away. 2-0 count.
Spring
or
Mills.
1-1 count, excuse
Spring
me.
Mills in the opposite situation, got 10 run by Kaiser earlier today, and then you got Martinsburg down there 6-1 lead, and over Washington, a 6-3 game here with Jefferson and Hedgesville.
This one lined into right center field. That could be trouble. It's off the glove of Shipe out there in right. Daquan comes up, throws the second, overthrows it. Morgan, though, there to back it up at second base from preventing any run or any more advancement from those runners out there on the base paths. But runners on second and third with 1 out in the inning and still a 6-3 Jefferson lead as Hedgesville trying to get right back now into the game. They can make it a 1-run game with a single from Gano.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Pence. I mean, he's that ball was line barreled up into that into the left center field, or excuse me, right center field gap, and took all that speed from Shipe to cut that thing off. Hit him in the glove, kicked out a little bit, and he still come up throwing. And but a little too late as Pence and Nichols had moved up to second and third.
So back-to-back hits get the Eagles in scoring position with runners on second and third. Gage Gano at the plate takes the first pitch for a called strike. 1 down in the inning, 6-3. Hedgesville trying to get back into it even more. As this one blocked by the catcher Fletcher and misses for a ball. 2 balls and a strike.
Great job by Fletcher there, saving that run. I'm not sure how far it has to get away for Big Mike to get there, but that one was definitely kicking to the left.
Next pitch from Morgan, fouled away.
Gage pulled that curveball into the dugout and just about took out a couple players in there, so offered for that curveball and got way around on it. Didn't stay back, but opportunity here. He wants to pull the ball. You know, Cienfuegos is back. You have the corners up, but Cienfuegos at second's back, so a ground out will score.
1-2, froze him on the curveball for strike number 3 and out number 2. And Riley Morgan trying to get out of another jam with 2 runners on the base paths.
Tough there.
That was a great curveball there. I mean, it just froze him, and you know, just a tough at bat there for Gano. It wasn't. He could have got a ball. Probably need to try to get the ball on the ground there at second. A little situational hitting, wasn't able to get it down. So great job by Morgan to get that strikeout. I talked about it a minute ago. It's, he knows when he needs to get strikeouts, when he needs to throw to contact. He's kind of in strikeout mode now, trying to change eye levels and work his pitches.
The 1-0 fouled away by Braylon Connor. Connor on the day 1-1 count now, but 0 for 3 or 0 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, he's due. I mean, a base hit here could certainly change the whole complexion of this game, make it a 6-5 game.
Pitch to Connor, breaking ball a little bit high that time for ball 2. Looked pretty good though from Riley Morgan. Good take by Connor.
Yeah, one of the times tonight we see Morgan kind of, thought he had one and didn't get it. I thought it got up a little bit there, but certainly a borderline pitch.
2-1 pitch, fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down and 2 on for the Eagles, who trail at 6-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning between Jefferson and Hedgesville.
Connor doesn't have to do too much here. He's got to get the ball to the green. The
2-2 pitch. Misses low and inside for ball 3.
Great
Full
job.
count with 2 down. Fletcher continues to impress behind him.
Yeah, he's doing a great job blocking that up, and Connor's got to got to be Fletcher. You got to be real careful here. First base is open, but certainly don't want to give in.
Pitch from Morgan, fouled away.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna force Braylon to hit. If he's smart, he'll force Braylon to hit a pitch that's a borderline pitch or one of his best pitches. If not, he'll just set him down to first base and go to work on Noah Brown, who's got a triple and a single today. Who's actually, the hot hand on deck.
3-2 called strike 3 on the outside corner by Riley Morgan, and again Hedgesville strands runners. 2 left on. 6-3 Jefferson on top of the Eagles. And we'll head to the 6th. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question. proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore, D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Back to the nest. Hedgesville trailing Jefferson 6-3 as we begin the 6th inning with the Cougars coming to the plate. Wolf still in the ball game in relief of Lane DeWater, and we'll see if he can keep this deficit at just 3 for Hedgesville, or if Jefferson can continue to rally and put up some good runs and some good offense here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was a golden opportunity there. Hedgesville had one of the top hitters at the plate, and one of their hottest hitters tonight, right behind him with men on second and third, 2 outs. And, Gano missed an opportunity for an RBI. Connor missed an opportunity for some RBIs, and he took that strike 3. Didn't agree with it, but he took it, and, didn't look too bad from here. We're not down there, but certainly he reacted to it. But regardless, 2 strikes, and you got to be protecting that plate. So Hedgesville now has left the bases loaded, and they left men on second and third there, so that's going to hurt should they come out on the losing end of this.
It's kind of tough for us to see the opposite corner there, but the final frame, at least from Caleb Fletcher, looked really good now.
Yeah,
we don't know what it looked like when it crossed the plate, but it was close enough that I think you have to swing.
It was a strike, according to Jeff, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Yes. According to umpire Jeff King, and Dave Boyd's out there on first base. Dave's had a couple calls tonight on the slat that plays at third, and a couple of nice plays there at second. So this umpire crew's been on top of it tonight, and they're out here each and every night. A lot of games for these guys, lots of games.
1-1 misses low for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Here on Ryan Hefner on the day. Hefner has walked twice and struck out. So trying to
put a bat on the ball tonight. See if he can get one in fair territory, right?
Pitch here to Hefner, fouled away.
Kind of bailed on the swing there, kind of stepped out and caused that thing to come off the end of the bat and kind of corkscrew around first base and over the batting facility. Hitting facility.
2 strikes. Next pitch from Ian Wolf. Chopper. Takes a bounce, fielded by French, and he throws the Nichols in time for the first out of the inning.
Tripp, they got a new locker room coming up.
Yeah, they got a great.
Finished it up yet?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Russ a little bit there before. I didn't get a chance to take a peek, but he said, they got the benches in there and they're putting the lockers in. So we do see that really nice, modular turned into a locker room that we see around the EPAC of these guys. And myself, of course, have been involved in a couple of remodeling of these modulars and turn them into some real nice clubhouses, and from what I've seen over there, it's going to be one of the top ones as well.
Pavanelli to the plate, and he takes that one for a ball as it bounced and then hit off I believe the catcher mask of Pedersen.
Made a clanking noise, didn't it?
Yep. So it was most likely the mask. 1-0 count here on J.J. Pavanelli. Had the RBI single to get the scoring started for the Cougars way back in the first inning. He takes that one for strike 1. And then a walk and a strikeout for Pavanelli. 1-1 count with 1 down. Wolf in relief of Lane DeWater, trying to keep it in a 3-run deficit as Hedgesville has just 6 outs left. That one hits off the glove and misses low for ball 2. Pedersen's had to work tonight on the plate, especially early in the game.
Took the words out of my mouth as he's got beat up a little early. Now he's getting beat up a little late here. His last couple of pitches have been dirt balls.
The 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice pitch there from Wolf, running away from the right-handed hitting J.J. Pavanelli.
Yeah, had a little movement, moving away, tailed on him. Sort of a, righties. He had a little tail going, actually, into the right-handed box.
2-2 with one down. The next pitch, a bouncer low for ball 3. A full count here on Pavanelli. Battling in this 6th inning, trying to help Jefferson extend its lead a little bit over Hedgesville. Already a 3-run lead, but obviously with this Eagles lineup, they're never out of the game. And the next pitch misses outside for ball 4, so Pavanelli draws a walk with one down, and that will bring Caleb Fletcher to the plate.
Yeah, certainly that's been the undoing of Hedgesville tonight, is those walks. And
should get a courtesy runner.
I think they're looking how many visits they have.
Pavanelli hitting here. Not going to get any runner
So
there.
Coach Snyder wanted to go out and speak with the pitcher, but their timeouts are limited, so they're going to pass for now. How many they can? Looks like Coach Grove's going to go out.
Now Coach Grove
trying to figure out how many he has.
Trying to figure out how many visits they have left. He wants to be able to come out and talk to Wolf. I don't remember him coming out to talk to Wolf yet, but they're.
Not sure what's going on.
So they're debating timeouts and how many he has left. Coach or umpire Boyd is asking umpire Jeff King behind the plate if he'd given him a timeout. I'm not sure that I've seen Wolf.
So you're counting the visit earlier, apparently, when Lane DeLauder got hit as a mound visit. And Grove disagreeing with the call here that he does not get a timeout, but nonetheless, with a 6-3 lead.
At some point in time, he was charged with a timeout to Wolf. I'm not sure exactly when. That's what they're discussing. So, so now Derek Snyder is going to call timeout and go out there. So kind of freezing Caleb Fletcher a little bit. So I'm not 100% sure, what we're doing, but either way, he's getting charged with another timeout. And then
I'm confused why he had to go all the way back to the dugout before we got the actual mound visit here.
I think they were debating on when they wanted to use it or how many they had left.
Gotcha.
Not sure. Here comes umpire Jeff King out to. They kind of squander this. He's not going to give him as much time as he maybe would have, considering they delayed the game earlier with the questioning of the timeouts.
Right. So 6-3, the score here in the 6th inning. 1 out, 1 on for Caleb Fletcher after the Pavanelli walk. Fletcher at the plate, Morgan in the on-deck circle.
So we do get a timeout after questioning how many timeouts do we have.
More.
I assume the next one means that Wolf would have to come out. So maybe they wanted that opportunity to talk to him now and talk to him later. But either way, 1 out, man on first, 6-3.
There's a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Huge, a big opportunity for Jefferson with the heart of their lineup in here. And, Wolf needs to keep this thing at a 3-run deficit as the Hedgesville's got that 6 outs to deal with here.
Throw over. Sliding back in safely down there is Pavanelli.
Kind of chalky down there. Looks like he lost his footing on the way back as the field is a little bit loose over there.
1 out in the inning. 0-1 count on Fletcher. And the next pitch. Misses inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Caleb with a 6-3 lead in the 6th inning in favor of Jefferson.
Stayed in there as long as he could. Thinking that thing may break and then cut away there right at the end as it rolled by his shoulder.
The next pitch fouled away by Fletcher.
Martinsburg extends their lead over Washington 9-1, bottom 7 with 1 out.
1-2 count on Fletcher now with 1 out in the inning. It's a good win for Martinsburg if they're able to hold on.
Yeah. can't take that loss against Washington and place that on them, I don't think, down there as a true conference game.
Why not? There's a pitch that hits the zone for strike 3. I mean,
great job.
Both teams did play to win, didn't they?
Yeah, but they weren't playing as if they were playing a conference game up here.
I think the bottom line is you look at the 3 games. If Martinsburg has a resounding win here tonight, that makes a little bit of a statement. Washington certainly has a case to say we won 2 out of 3. So it's kind of going to be, who's. I think when you get to the sectional voting, you're going to see, who's coming in hot, and I think that'll be the difference in their placements. One above the other.
They're not in the same section, so it really doesn't matter too much. That one hits the zone for strike 2. I mean, most likely Martinsburg is going to be the 3 in their section, and Washington's going to be the 2 in theirs.
Yeah, great job there by Wolf. 2 strikes in a row here after striking out the hot-hitting Caleb Fletcher here. Got the
runner takes off, and Pavanelli. This one hit hard by Riley Morgan, but right to the right fielder Pence for the final out of the inning. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. With Jefferson on top 6-3, this is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camion Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow 1 to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Had 4 hits, 2 triples.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville. It looks like we got a pitching change for the Jefferson Cougars. Trying to get the number out there, but it's a right-hander in for Riley Morgan, so his day is done on a 6-3 lead in the 6th inning, and Jefferson's going to go to its bullpen here and try to close this one out.
Yeah, pulling up game changer right now. Looks like it's going to be Kelly.
Okay.
Ryan Kelly with the blue glove. Looks like Caleb Fletcher.
Ryan DeMar.
So Fletcher's
Fletcher's at first.
And then we got a new catcher, number 40. Is that who that is?
Probably Spears. He's been the guy who's been coming in. Mm-hmm.
That's what it appears. I don't know if Shipe's in right.
That, yeah, it looks like. I don't know. It's a lefty out there in right. I don't know. He's changing his glove back and forth, so it's a lefty.
Might be Riley Morgan.
Possibly.
Looks like, according to, we'll talk about this on the Sports Mix tomorrow, but looks like Washington basketball has a new boys basketball head coach. And apparently they're taking somebody, coach is going to take somebody off Coach Kelly Church's staff. From the speculation I'm seeing.
Interesting. Well, probably be a good hire, whoever that is. But Brown here at the plate. And Brown takes that one high for a ball.
Looks like Riley Morgan's in right. Spears is behind the plate. Ryan Kelly is now pitching. And Caleb Fletcher went to first. So all those guys kind of just kind of played a little merry-go-round as Spears actually came in Shipe's spot, and then the other 3 just switched positions.
This one fouled away by Brown down the first baseline and out of play. Nose had a good night. Single and a RBI triple.
Probably was one of the reasons why they decided to go ahead and take Riley out. No, actually he was at 107 pitches. Sorry about that. Riley Morgan, 107 pitches, 5 innings, give up 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, struck out 7, a walk and 4. So a good night from Morgan.
The 1-2 from Kelly misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown at the plate. As his Eagles trail at 6-3 here in the 6th inning.
Brown's had the hot hand tonight. See if he can continue.
The next pitch to Brown just missed inside, a little bit high for ball 3.
Brown's kind of worked his way into this lineup. We've seen a couple early games where he wasn't in, and he got a shot here and there. Now he's after tonight. What we've seen, young man certainly can.
3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kelly comes out of the pen and gets the strikeout.
Looks like Brown can certainly, unfortunately I kind of jinxed him on that at bat, but he can certainly be an asset to this offense and this team.
Yeah, it's tough, though, because you have 2 good young third basemen down there, as we've seen good stuff from Canarium as well in the lineup and defensively.
Big Jack's up, a couple of base hits on the infield. This time he
said a lot into that one, but it was all foul.
He might have hit that one over the left field fence of the Little League field. It was a home run if he's over there.
Doesn't count over here, unfortunately.
Pulled that over the hitting facility and clean over into the Little League field.
Next pitch to Ruiz, grounder, hit back toward Kelly, the pitcher, who tosses it, but not in time. Was it dropped by Fletcher, or did it not even?
It was dropped, but I think Kelly got way too close to him.
Anywhere.
And Fletcher was like, give it to me, and he just kept running with it, and he finally threw it, and it might have been just a little too tight for Kelly there to find it. I mean, it's certainly the lights. I'm not playing on the lights, right. But I mean, when you have the darker jersey and that blue glove, and you're holding, and suddenly you kind of give it to him at belt height. It was a little tough for Caleb to pick up out there. So,
it looks like it's kind of this is a light bulb too.
This one, a shot by Pedersen to deep left center field. And running back, making a play on the warning track for out number 2 is the center fielder Lewis.
That was a ball was smashed all the way to the blue monster out there just to the left of it. And I thought it had a shot when it left the bat, but Lewis went all the way out there to the advertisements and the fence there and run it down right on the warning track, or it could have been a 6-5 game just like that.
Great wall of Hedgesville.
The big wall out there. Comes Connor Quinn, the DH for tonight's game.
Quinn so far 1 for 3. Ground out, strikeout, and a single. Here's a chopper hit toward the pitcher, Kelly. This time the toss is successful in time for the final out of the inning. And we head to the 7th inning. Jefferson looking for some insurance runs. 6-3, Cougars on top. They're coming to the plate. We're back in 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WORNR and TV 10.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
We welcome you back here to the nest. Ian Wolf on the mound for the Hedgesville Eagles as the Cougars coming back to the plate here in this top of the 7th, trying to add some insurance runs with already a decent lead, 6-3. You feel good about your lead if you're the Cougars, but, like we say all the time, you add another run or two in the 7th, and that can really put away a team trip.
Yeah, when you score in the late innings, that's, you hear Coach Grove talk about it in his interviews and things about, good teams score in late innings and put other teams away. So, Jefferson has the opportunity to do that. We know they're a great team, and Coach Grove give them, plenty of kudos in his interview. But, Jefferson can put teams away. But, we'll see what Mr. Wolf here can do, see if he can keep his team within striking distance and play out these last 6 outs. And we know in EPAC baseball that the 7th inning in these tight games are pretty exciting sometimes.
Final score for the Martinsburg-Washington game. Martinsburg wins 9-3. Boober goes all 7.
Kelly pops this one up toward the first baseline, and it hits off of the hitting facility for a long strike to Kelly. Kelly, and then it was Shipe, but he is now out, so it'll be the new catcher, I believe.
Spears, number 40 on deck.
For
Shipe.
Shipe here in the 7th hole. 0-1 count here on Kelly, and then Duncan, the third man, due up this inning. Wolf's next pitch on 0-1 just misses a little bit low for ball 1. Wolf's been good out of the pen for Lane DeLauder.
Been a night for triples, as we've seen a triple here from Noah Brown. Looks like Kyle Lohr got 2 up at Musselman, and at Martinsburg, Carlson Buber and Clement got triples down there in Washington. So a couple of games and we see 5 triples, and Lohr is he's just a phenomenal player up there at Musselman, and they tacked 11 hits on Stotler from Berkeley Springs with multiple doubles and 2 triples, and just come away with a 10-0 lead up there. But the bats are coming alive in the EPAC.
If you gotta go triples,
3-1 count.
You gotta go 1-7 here in the region. You'd obviously give Musselman number 1. I think it's a fight 2 and 3 between Hedgesville and Jefferson.
This one a pop fly in the infield.
Yeah,
everybody trying to get to it, and nobody does. And it falls in. Must have lost it in the lights.
Tough spot there as a catcher came all the way out to the front of the mound, and I'm not sure exactly who was calling it or who wasn't. I couldn't see Pedersen's back, and I couldn't see how the ball was up. And then you look up, and Wolf, it was right in front of Wolf, and then Connor came into the picture, and it just dropped right in front of him and bounced off of that AstroTurf in front of the mound and straight up in the air.
Yep, somebody's going to find a way to make that play, but runner on first, and a bunt attempt, but a pull back and called strike there on the catcher. Kelly pinch ran for over there at first. Courtesy ran after
Spears was up in the box. I look for him to bunt again, try to put this insurance run on. Maybe a steal bunt. Close play again over there at first as Jefferson gets as much lead as they can, as Jefferson's an opportunity here to possibly bunt. Steal. Great job by Ian Wolf to throw over.
The 0-1 on Spears, hit towards second. The shortstop Connor can't field it. Initially comes up throwing and throws it away. That allows both runners to advance to second and third. And it is a rally here from the Cougars after a mistake from Braylon Connor. Trying to get 2. Probably wasn't going to get it with the runner kind of going on the pitch.
Yeah.
And then he rushed his throw to first.
Yeah, he the play was kind of in front of him, as he seen the runner going, he wanted to go left, behind the bag, but then the ball was hit, so he kind of reset, so he wasn't able to get around the baseball as infielders like to do, as you should do. So he had to kind of play it straight on, and then that just kind of got up on him, and then he had to make a decision real quick whether to go to first. And that, and anytime you can speed the defense up, if the offense can speed that defense up, there's chances for bad throws, and that's what happened there. So, offense, you want to go fast. Defense, you want to go slow. And right there, the offense got going fast.
Babington's going to run at second base. This one poked out to right field, gets down for a base hit. The throw home, sliding in safe and home is the Cougars, and they extend their lead to 7-3. It's Ty Vickers coming on and running for Kelly, and he scores from third base on the sacrifice fly. Or the single, excuse me.
Yeah, he held up because he was going to tag up, but then Pence out there, didn't let it drop. He played it safe and didn't go for the dive and took the one hop, and then when he come flying home there, but it was a great throw out there by Pence. And just in front a little bit, and we had a slide behind it, and he slid in there, and that puts the runners at second and third as the runners all moved up on the throws.
Next pitch to Cienfuegos is a call on strike 1 on the outside corner. Josh Cienfuegos with two men in scoring position, a sacrifice his last time, and a pair of strikeouts on the day for him. Sits in on an 0-1 count. The next pitch misses outside for a ball, one strike, 2 runners on.
Certainly Hedgesville beating themselves up this inning. I mean, the pop fly that's caught, that it drops, the ground ball that gets away, and now you've got a base hit, and the free base has come around and score. It just seems like it just happens all the time.
That one misses low for a ball, too, and really that's been the story of the game, is Hedgesville beating itself up in a lot of instances. Not to take anything away from Jefferson here tonight, but
Jefferson has the way to capitalize and force the issue too. So yeah, they create free bases and create chaos.
The 2-1 pitch to Cienfuegos is high for ball 3. I mean, you take away a bad first inning from Lane DeLauder, and it's a completely different ball game.
Yep, the free bases in this inning and that inning are, turning into runs, and could be even more as we're, no outs with men on second and third.
3-1 pitch. Cienfuegos sends this one up the middle. It will get down for a base hit. Runner coming in to score from third. And Cougars extending their lead to 8-3. Abbottson coming in to score. And an RBI single for Josh Cienfuegos. And back to the top of the order, and we may see another pitching change here from Hedgesville.
I'm not sure they have a choice. I think he has to come out. Going to bring Gage Gano in, I believe. Wolf came in. He's going to come out. Gage is going to come in.
Which will bring on a new center fielder as well. We'll get those changes to you on the other side of this 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
On the Sports Mix, you'll hear interviews with prestigious guests.
Since you had that reunion, do you have a favorite memory from that season, or maybe a funny story you'd like to share with our audience?
John Madden, the late great John Madden, came out to our practice on Thursday. He turned to those guys and he said, "This game ain't going to be close. These guys are going to kill Buffalo."
Tune into the Sports Mix, weekdays from 12 to 1 on Talk Radio WRNR, FM 106.5, AM 740, TV10, and streaming live on the TV10 Facebook page.
Catch the excitement of the West Virginia High School baseball and softball seasons on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Hit it into left field, and that'll drop. Coming around is Sifford, and the ball is going to slow up, and he's going to score, and Martinsburg's going to walk it off and get the win.
We have over 25 games scheduled featuring the schools in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Every game will be live right here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV10, and our WRNR TV YouTube page. We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Pitching change. It's going to be Gage Gano coming on, and it looks like a straight swap. Is heading out to center is Ian Wolf. Our pitching changes, though, are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. So Jefferson has extended its lead out to 8-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. And Gage Gano trying to keep it that way and not allow things to get too much more out of hand. But Tripp seems like a good rally here, certainly for Jefferson. And
yeah, certainly what Jefferson wanted, and definitely not what Hedgesville wanted. They wanted to, get a 1-2-3 inning and come in and try to score. Jefferson certainly wanted to extend that lead. We hear Coach Rove talk about, like I said, good teams put teams away, and right now Jefferson's seeing some blood in the water and running the bases, getting a few timely base hits here. And after they got a few freebies, and they're making it hurt.
So Lewis at the plate, the leadoff hitter, top of the order. Runners on the corners for the Cougars. Runner takes off for second on the catcher's indifference. He will take second base is Cienfuegos. So runners on second and third now. Still nobody out in the inning, and Gano in relief here of Ian Wolf.
Gano's in a tough spot here as we start to see the top of the order come back up, and those guys can really hit the baseball, and they got some situational hitting as Hedgesville has the infield up, trying to keep this thing at 8-3.
This one ripped into center field. Wolf, though, tracks it down, makes the play. Runner tagging up from third, the throw home. a little bit behind, and that allows the runner to score on the sacrifice fly, but not a bad throw at all from Wolf in center, and Duncan scores.
Ruest out there in center now.
Yeah,
it looks like Wolf went to left. Big, tall lefties out there in center. And the game changer has it the other way. But, yeah, that's definitely Ruest in center who made that play and then come up firing, but just a little bit late and just a tough play there. But Jefferson taking that, easy RBI there by just getting the ball up in the air. Infield has moved back with a man on second. Nobody on third with one out.
Well, that makes sense since Jackson does have that kind of center fielder type look to an extent. I mean, if Gage wasn't so good defensively, you could see him be a center fielder with those long strides that we talked about earlier. 1-0 count here with one down, and a runner on second base for the Cougars. The next pitch to Hefner is hit down the right field line. That will get down for a fair ball. Ryan Hefner's looking for extra bases. Cienfuegos is going to score easily from second base. Hefner digging for three, the third, not in time. And it's a triple and an RBI for Ryan Hefner, and Jefferson has extended its lead out to 11-3 with this 6-run so far 7 inning with just one out in the inning as well.
Now batting number 18, J.J. Polvinelli.
And now it's Pavanelli to the plate. So Hefner an RBI triple, his first hit of the night. It's a big one. Pavanelli so far, walk, RBI single, and a strikeout. Another walk so far on the night.
Lots of triples in the EPAC tonight that we talked about earlier. We just add another one.
Pavanelli sends this one to center field. Ruest going to have to chase it down. It's off the blue monster in center. That will allow Hefner to score easily from third, and Jefferson extends the lead to 12-3, and that will bring Caleb Fletcher to the plate.
Yeah, that ball was pegged, and not much Ruest could do about it but take off. We seen his back of his jersey, and he was gone. That ball went all the way to the warning track there as Ruest never had a shot as Pavanelli got that and didn't get too much air under it.
This looks like the Jefferson team we saw last year, just continuing to put pressure on the defense, and then late in the ball game or maybe the middle of the game just really start to see the bats light you up as well as there's this called strike on the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, was put in a pretty tough spot there. Top of the order coming up, men on base, nobody out. And they were able to just kind of sit back and kind of tee off and, pin their ears back and just swing the bat hard and not really have to do anything defensive. So, when you're in that situation as a pitcher, anytime you throw a fastball, they're just sitting on it. So, tough spot there, but Hedgesville still out there competing.
Pitch hits the zone for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Fletcher. Runner on second base. And Pavanelli after the RBI double to deep center field, scoring Ryan Hefner after his triple. The 1-2 pitch coming from Gage Gano, and check swing. They say Fletcher went around. They tag him for the second out of the inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts there for Fletcher, who's been really a tough out for Jefferson. So, great job there to get him out, but rarely are you seeing him strike out twice in a row in any of those games. So, maybe Hedgesville has the book on him.
Riley Morgan takes that one low for a ball. Another thing, too, Gano's kind of a tough guy to read since he has that kind of sidearm action.
Yeah, he throws a little side army and from the right side, sweeping fastball, his curveball sweeps.
The 1-0 misses low and outside, gets away from Pedersen. Throw to third, not going to come from Pedersen, and the runner standing now on third is Pavanelli with 2 down and a 2-0 count for Riley Morgan, who's had a good day. An RBI single in the second inning. 2 strikeouts for him at the plate, but overall he's provided a good outing on the mound and an RBI as well. 3-0 count for him here, so a chance to get a walk and get back on base and extend this inning even more with 2 down after it's a 6-run inning for the Jefferson Cougars, who have extended the lead from 5-3 to 11-3 in the 7th. And that will be a walk as the pitch missed to Morgan.
Number 19, Ryan Kelly.
And we have now seen the Cougars hit around in the 7th inning as Kelly coming back to the plate. He reached on error. It was 2 players reaching on errors to begin the inning, and Kelly and Spears
set the tone for the inning, and Hedgesville hasn't been able to get out of it since. So,
pitch hits the zone for strike 1. 0-1 count with 2 down in the inning. 2 on for the Cougars, and Kelly at the plate. The next pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 11-3, Jefferson on top of Hedgesville in this top of the 7th inning between the Cougars and the Eagles here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The next pitch fouled away. Kelly trying to extend the lead even more for Jefferson. Hedgesville would like to just head into the bottom of the 7th down 8. As big of a task as that is, you don't want to make it any tougher. 1-2 count.
Runner's going.
Runner takes off for second. Pitch misses low and outside. Pedersen blocks it again. As we mentioned earlier, it's been a really tough night for Pedersen. He's had to do a lot of work behind the plate, but he's, for the most part, held up and kept those balls in front. And I don't think we've had any pass balls or wild pitches that have allowed a run to come in, so he's done his job. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The next pitch to Kelly, hit and fouled away.
Well, nice pitch by Gano. He swept that fastball across the plate and looked like it was going to catch that outside corner. Kelly just did a great job of keeping that, just going with that thing, driving it, keeping it foul or pushing it foul there, and trying to save it for another pitch. Shortened up on the bat there a little.
The 2-2, low in the dirt for ball number 3. So Pavanelli on third. Runner on second as well for the Cougars. Full count, 2 outs, 11-3 lead, and Kelly at the plate. The next pitch to Kelly. Fights it off, pops it up in the infield, and it's caught for out number 3. But 6 runs for the Cougars in the 7th. Eagles coming to the plate with this one all but over. We'll see if Hedgesville has anything left in the tank to continue to try to make this one an exciting ball game as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 11-3. Jefferson on top of Hedgesville. Will take a 1-minute break. Catch the excitement of the West Virginia high school baseball and softball seasons on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hit it into left field, and that'll drop. Coming around is Sifford, and the ball is going to slow up, and he's going to score, and Martinsburg's going to walk it off and get the win.
We have over 25 games scheduled featuring the schools in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Every game will be live right here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, and our WRNR TV YouTube page.
On the Sports Mix, you'll hear the latest in local sports.
Spring Mills Hedgesville Martinsburg went 2-2. Martinsburg might be looking like the favorites right now because the most recent meetings against Spring Mills and Hedgesville, they were the victors in. But you never know. Any given night, these teams can win.
Tune into the Sports Mix with Spencer, Nick, and Colin. Weekdays from 12 to 1 on Talk Radio WRNR, FM 106.5, AM 740, TV 10, and streaming live on the TV 10 Facebook page.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Jefferson 11, Hedgesville 3, bottom of the 7th inning. Kelly trying to close it out for the Cougars. Hedgesville trying to at least rally here and at the very least make it look better on the scoreboard. But, I mean, at this point, you're just trying to get 1 run back at a time if you're the Eagles.
Yeah, you got to just continue to pass the bats down, not try to do too much, be patient at the plate. If you can possibly work a walk, anything at all. You're going to have to hit your way on, or you're going to have to, walk your way on. So, I mean, it's going to be no bunting and situational baseball. It's just going to be straight up, pitcher against hitter here. And, And the job here is to take a pitch till you get a strike, and then do everything you can to get on base, whether it be swing your way on or get a free base out of it.
Wolf, Nichols, Pence due up for the Eagles. First pitch to Wolf, misses outside for a ball, 1-0 count.
When you get in a catch-up mode like this, you certainly got to take some pitches and make this inning as long as possible.
The 1-0 pitch. Check swing.
Oh, man.
And ruled a strike on the swing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you kind of have to take a strike here, but he was in full swing mode as he checked his swing.
1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch fouled away, and Nichols gets out of the way. Good hurdle there from the big man.
Yeah, the big man hopped, skipped, and
He doesn't
jumped.
play football, does he?
Yeah, he plays offensive line.
Well, he got it. He certainly jumped out of the way. Good thing he was paying attention.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Wolf. The pitch from Kelly. Lined into center field. Cienfuegos nearly got to it, but it gets down for a leadoff single. Ian Wolf and Mike Nichols come to the plate.
Yeah, it worked out for him there. Man got himself a base hit. And great job there.
Nichols on the day, a single and a pair of flyouts for him. Both of those to right field. And Mike hitting with a runner on first base, an 8-run deficit for Hedgesville. But like we said, kind of taking it one at-bat at a time at this point. Here's a ground ball towards second. Could be 2. Cienfuegos to Hefner, the third to first in time, and the double play executed perfectly by the Cougars. And now with 2 down, Jefferson's got to have a lot of confidence.
Not 100% sure why you're swinging first strike, but, that's the approach to this inning. It worked for the first at bat, but there it kind of bit them a little bit. And, they certainly have to hit their way on, but, if you want to try to extend this inning, maybe take a few pitches, but not the case. And
Pence sends it up the middle, hits off of Kelly, and now allow him to reach on an infield single.
Yeah, got Pence pretty good. I mean, it straight back up the middle, grounder, popped off that AstroTurf, and looked like it hit him in the hip maybe. He's going to jump around a little bit, and field umpire Dave Boyd's going to call timeout, talk to him a little bit, see how he feels. A.J. Spears going to walk out, and he's telling Coach, I'm good. You don't have to come out. As pitching coach Cross come to the line, then Coach John Lowry came with him. I think he just needs to walk it off a little bit. He's got a little stinger. And see if he can gut it out.
Tanner Matthew will come in as a pinch hitter for Gage Gano, who had the single on the bunt. But other than that, 2 strikeouts for him. So they're going to bring Matthew in to see if he can bring a jolt to the bottom of this order. 2 outs in the inning, a runner on first, 11-3. Lead, and the pitch from Kelly, a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Looks like maybe a little blood down there on the shoe. Kurt Schilling's going to finish it out, and I think Kelly's no worse for the wear.
Next pitch. It's the zone for strike 2. If you're listening on the radio, that was strip joking, of course.
Yeah, no, he's took a little. I think he got a little bruise on the hip after that hit by Pence.
The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kelly gets the strikeout. Hedgesville falls to Jefferson, 11-3. The Cougars with a big statement win after a great Myrtle Beach tournament, and Jefferson continues to play good baseball and get this win in dominating fashion when you look at the final score. But it was a closer game than that for the majority.
Yeah, it was just that last. If you take away the first and seventh inning, it's a really good game. But the first inning, Jefferson was able to do what they do, and they when you make mistakes or give them free bases, they certainly get after it and get those runs in. The last inning, first 2 batters got on via error, a free base, and they took advantage of it just like they did in the first inning. So, great job by Jefferson for taking advantage of Hedgesville's mishaps and putting a lot of pressure on it. And it was a big statement win after they lost to Hedgesville earlier in the year, and they was pretty, dominant. Never really, pretty dominant throughout, as far as their defense and their pitching. So, I just think that they were going to get better. We knew that. Their offense was going to come alive. And, they hit the ball, too, when they needed to. We talked about the free base, but they had some base hits tonight, some timely base hits, and, some extra base hits. So they're coming alive like we knew that they would, and they're going to be there in the end. And it's going to be a tall task for Washington down there to knock them off from a sectional title in that area. This section here, Hedgesville, certainly has got their work cut out for them, as Martinsburg had a statement win tonight against Washington, and Musselman just continues to roll. And Spring Mills faltered a bit, but when they have the right people on the mound and the right mindset, they can beat anyone. So, this section here, wide open. Washington, watch out. Jefferson's kind of coming.
Yeah, they're where we expected them to be at this point in the year.
They are who we thought they were, right?
Yeah, they're the Jefferson Cougars. So we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show. Spencer will go down to the field, talk with head coach John Lowry and our player of the game. All that coming up next. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post-14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post-14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camion Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow one to score.
The Berkeley Post-14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench. That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area. For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you into the Rocks Local Markets Fast, Fresh, Friendly post-game show. Rocks has convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rocks Fast, Fresh, Friendly. Nick Verzley alongside me, Trip Tobin, as the Hedgesville Eagles fall to the Jefferson Cougars tonight, 11-3. Cougars improved to 12-4. Hedgesville falls to 13-5, and we'll take a look back at the scoring in this one is our game summary brought to you by the Farmers Mechanics Insurance Companies, where when it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. The game began with 4 runs in the top of the first for Jefferson. They had another one in the second. Then Lane DeWater really settled in, but it might have been too little too late at the time, as Hedgesville would rally for 3 in the fourth, make it a 5-3 game. And the Cougars had one more in the top half of the fifth inning, so 6-3 heading into that seventh, but the 5-run seventh where everything kind of falls apart for Hedgesville allows Jefferson to extend their lead out to 11-3, and that was your final score. For the Cougars, it's 11 runs on just 9 hits, 2 errors. Hedgesville actually out-hits Jefferson tonight, 3 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors for the Eagles here tonight, Trip. So
the 10 walks.
Yeah, all those free bases given up, along with a hit by pitch, and that'll hurt you.
Yeah, the 10 walks that was given now was just too much for for Hedgesville to overcome. 7 walks from DeLauder, 2 from Wolf, 1 from Gano, and then you have the couple errors in there. It's just really tough to overcome that that many free bases with a team like Jefferson that's going to capitalize every time that you give them a chance.
As we will send it down here to Spencer momentarily with Riley Morgan.
We're joined by Riley Morgan. You had a great performance on the mound tonight. We get out some jams and a big regional win for y'all.
Yeah, I just tried to throw strikes and let the defense work. It was a great team win.
And, you got those 5 innings, and then Kelly was able to come in. It seems like you guys all season have created a great pitching staff for having 2 big guys leave last year.
Yeah, we've been working hard in the bullpen to get everyone's arms right.
At the beginning of the year, not that you guys weren't like the normal teams that we've seen for Jefferson, but it seems like over the last couple of weeks, you guys have really picked it up, got some big wins together, and looking good heading into the final couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, we've really been able to mesh as a team the last couple of games. They've been really big wins the last couple of games.
Thanks for the time, and congrats on being our player of the game.
All right, thank you.
We'll wait for Coach Lowry to head over here.
All right, we'll wait for Coach Lowry, but thank you to Riley Morgan for joining us here on the post-game show as, again, the Cougars get the 11-3 win. We'll go over his numbers here momentarily when we get into our player of the game segment here. But
certainly, I mean, he said exactly what we said. He threw the contact. He let his defense work. He worked himself out a couple of jams there. I think the pitch calling was pretty on spot on. During situations, throw the contact or try to get in and around there and work the corners and try to get strikeouts when needed. So, not sure if we're going to get Coach. Looks like he's kind of packing it up for the bus, but hopefully we can hear from Coach Lowry. But yeah, I thought you're just not, no team. I don't care who you are, is going to overcome 4 errors, hit by pitch, and then 10 walks, and when you're playing a team like Jefferson, whether or not their offense is clicking or not, they just put too much pressure on you. They have speed, the guys that can run, things like that. So I mean, when you when you give them those opportunities, they're going to capitalize on. Hedgesville, on the other hand, left bases loaded one time and on second and third back when the game was close, and that certainly played into them being down late in the game. And so either way, it was just a night that Hedgesville just wasn't on their A game, and they fought, and it was a tight EPAC game right up until that 5-run 6th, but. We kind of knew what we were going to see coming here. We knew Lane was going to be dominant. And unfortunately that first inning kind of got him behind and caused him to get the loss there. But even out of the game, it was 6-3, and give his team a chance to, even though he give up a few runs that first inning, give his team a chance to come back offensively. They didn't quite get it done there either. So. I think if you hear from Coach Grove, you'll hear that they pretty much, even though they out-hit Jefferson, they pretty much got beat in most of the facets of the game tonight, and they have some notes to work on, and to get back out there and be the team that they've been, all the spring come up to tonight. And one loss don't make the team. We've seen Martinsburg lose one. We've seen Martinsburg lose to Washington, come back tonight, and even things up a little bit there as far as being at home. And we've seen Musselman start off the season with a loss to Spring Mills and then string a bunch of wins together. Seen Jefferson take a couple losses to Hedgesville and Martinsburg, and here they are tonight. So, it's not when you make a mistake or lose, but it's what you learn from it. So see what Hedgesville learned from it, what they can do to get better and be ready for the season.
Doesn't look like Coach Lowry wants to speak with Spencer.
Spencer's going to chase him.
And he's going to try his best here.
I think Coach Lowry wants to get on that bus.
He's probably cold. It's kind of cold out there.
Yeah, so I think they're rolling out, but that'll be the end of that.
Yeah. Well, Game Changer doesn't want to cooperate with me, so Tripp, if you
you need.
You can either do it yourself or I'll take it from you here.
You can have it there.
The game stats.
Mm-hmm.
Brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers. West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. We'll run down the stats here for both teams. Hedgesville gets 11 hits. Those hits come from Brown for 2, Ruess for 2, Pedersen for 1, Quinn with 1. DeLauder goes over. Wolf gets 1, Nichols gets 1, Pence gets 2, and Gano gets 1. That was 11 hits, but you left way too many guys on base. If you're the Eagles, that's another thing that they'll probably take away from this one, along with those 4 walks. I mean, you had 15 guys reach the base pass, and you're only able to score 3 of them. Lane DeLauder goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 8 strikeouts for him on the mound in his loss. For Jefferson, they total up 8 hits, 1 from Hefner, 1 for 3 day for him, 2 for Pavanelli, 1 for 4 for Fletcher, 1 for 4 for Morgan, 1 for 4 for Kelly, 1 for 2 for Duncan, and a 1 for 3 for Fuegos, who picked up 2 RBIs in the game, along with Pavanelli with 2 RBIs. Riley Morgan, our player of the game, 5 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. Kelly comes in, closes it out, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts to help Jefferson get the 11-3 win over the Hedgesville Eagles. And once again, Tripp, our player of the game, Riley Morgan, as we said there, just, the 9 hits given up, but 3 earned, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. Pretty impressive outing for him.
Yeah, he scattered them out, and he got out. The biggest part was when, he kept his mound composure and got out of that bases loaded jam, and he also got, a big strike out there with men on second and third. So, I mean, those were times that, in the game when it's kind of make it or break it. Those other hits that he scattered out, that's just who he is. He's the guy who throws the contact. Some of them were, we know they had 3 infield hits for sure, bloop here and there. He didn't get barreled up as much as the 9 hits would show. And then, so that's to his congratulations to him, because Hedgesville can barrel a baseball up. But Hedgesville played their game early. I mean, when they played comeback baseball, they bunted, they run, they put the ball in play and forced some pressure on Jefferson like we knew they would with all those seniors they have over there. But they've got a lot to take away from this. Jefferson, when you lose to Jefferson, it's always a tight game. Certainly they're going to talk about the walks and things like that and clean that up. But, you can look across the diamond and see what they did, to win that game and put that game away. And there's lessons to be learned just by, being at the game or playing Jefferson. And good programs will force you to play, your best games to beat them. And that's what Jefferson does. And with Hedgesville, still one of my sectional favorites. Still think they're deep enough. Their pitching's deep enough to get them through a sectional tournament, and they certainly can hit the baseball. And they've got a great defense out there.
Okay, and they were able to split with 2 of the teams that they struggled to beat last year, like Martinsburg and Jefferson. So, player of the game again brought to you by WV Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. But that does it here for us. For Spencer Dupuis, Tripp Tobin, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Our final score, Jefferson 11, Hedgesville 3. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Colin. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball. Have a good night, everyone.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community with 8 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Gitanjali Sangwan, Cardiology, Physician's Assistant Jada Brown, Neurosurgery, Certified Nurse Midwife Jennifer Glorioso, and the following nurse practitioners: Desiree Wolf, Pulmonology, Pamela Campbell, Nephrology, Jennifer Colvin, Neurology, Tori Linton, Orthopedics, and Dabney Wisecarver, OBGYN. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Post-game scoreboard show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Your post-game scoreboard show brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. I'm Colin McLaughlin, and your final score: Jefferson 11, Hedgesville 3. Let's get some other scores around the Eastern Panhandle. It was the Martinsburg Bulldogs getting a win over the Washington Patriots tonight on the baseball diamond by a final score of 9-3. Martinsburg 9 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Washington 3 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors. Carson Buber on the mound for Martinsburg went 7 full innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned, striking out 6 and walking 2. So the 2 wins tonight for Jefferson and Martinsburg definitely shake things up in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. You'll hear us talk a lot about it tomorrow on the Sports Mix at noon right here on Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM, as well as TV10 and our TV10 Facebook page. Quickly before I sign off, Baltimore gets the win over the Washington Nationals 1-0. They'll play again tomorrow. You'll hear that right here on Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM. But I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Jefferson 11, Hedgesville 3, your final score.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.